send this to everybody and let them know what's happening.
As a coach, it's like my head before the game. Like, there's nothing you can do. I feel ready, but I hope they feel ready.
I'm sure they do.
Series. Number 1 team gets a bye straight to the championship series. 2 versus 3 will play at a venue of 2's choosing the weekend before. A 1-game home final, potentially a best-of-3 series. National Hockey League in Australia first. This is going to be epic. So that means that these games are just much more important as we enter our final 4 rounds. Adelaide was in Brisbane. We'll start there. Actually, we'll start with both game 1s of both of the series on the weekend. The Coast hosting the Ducks, Adelaide in Brisbane. Adelaide in Brisbane on Friday night gave one of the best team performances I have seen any league, anywhere in hockey ever. Here's some stats to back it up. All 15 skaters had at least a point. All 15, at least 1 point, and nobody had more than 2 in a 9-1 win. 9-1, Adelaide beat Brisbane. Adelaide outshot Brisbane 66-19. It was a demolition. Adelaide moved into sole possession of second place with the win. That was in game 1. Now, meanwhile, in the Coast on a 4-game win streak, baby. They're rolling, but the Ducks just, giving a little gentle reminder who they are. They're in first place for a reason, entering the weekend with 24 points. They moved to 27 with a 4-2 victory over the Coast. They were up 4-0. Coast pushed back. That's what happened in game number 1, but this video is really about the game 2s, baby, because these games were epic. They had everything. And this is what, let's go primetime styles, baby. Producer, can I get some music? Let's roll the clips. Let's start. First period, 0-0. Owen Sobchuk, a world-class goal. Spinorama, back of the net, 1-0 Rampage. Second period, 1-1. Adler clears the puck around the boards, takes a funny bounce on the stick of Harley Anderson, and Brisbane lead 2-1. Early third period, 2-1. Oh my goodness, Jeremy Friedrich. What a save. One of the best of the year, 2-1, but Nick Novosedlak can do it. 2 robbing Nathaniel Benson, keeping it a 2-1 game until Brisbane on the power play. Third period, Jake Riley, shorthanded, tie hockey game. A game that had everything, and then in overtime, Adelaide gonna win it right here. Nick Novosedlak, another huge save. He made 52 on the night, but after 64 minutes and 55 seconds, Nathaniel Benson with a bounce from God off the back of the net on the goal line. And look at this. Look at it bounce around. Nathaniel Benson. My goodness me. And that is how the game ended. Adelaide, they take 2 points, 5 of 6 on the weekend. They win 9-1 and 3-1 and move into sole possession of second place. If the season were to end today, they would host a home final. Brisbane at 20 points. So we knew that going into Sunday. Adelaide on 22, Brisbane on 20. The Ducks sitting on the weekend. They starting at 27 on the game day. The Coast at 12. They really do need to take some points. What would happen in this game? Well, it could have started better for the Coast. Look at this effort. Dixon scores. Makes it 2-0 Melbourne. Just 8 minutes into the game. Melbourne looking really good, but the Coast, they make it 2-1. And then how's this for a sequence of events? Tom Monroe. He was dynamite this game. Maybe the best player on the ice. He makes a great save. The Coast go the other direction. You want a goalie duel? You got it in this one. Dane Davis. What a save. Keeps it a 2-1 game. Crazy passage of play, but then late in the second. No, you can't turn over the puck there. You just can't. The captain, Alistair Rye, ties it at 2. We head to the third. Tied at 2. Coast wanting to win in regulation. And look at this funny bounce. Look at this 2-on-1. They're about to win the game. They have won the game, but no. Dane Davis, everybody thought it was in. Coast were celebrating. How did he keep this puck out of the net? It's 2-2. We go to overtime. Coast need a win, and they get it. Tish, tish, fish. Look at this. Spinorama around the other side undresses everyone. And now the Coast. How about that? They get the win. They move up the standings to 14 points, and we head to the bye week. And it's all to play for. Coming up after the break, the Coast travel to Adelaide. If they win both those games, they are in sight of striking distance to both Brisbane and Adelaide. If Adelaide win both those games, they're going to clinch a finals appearance. That'd be Adelaide's first national level finals appearance since 2012. Meanwhile, Brisbane, they've struggled. Yeah, they've lost a few games here, 6 of 7 or 5 of 6, something like that. But they are going to play Melbourne, and if they can win both those games, then they're in play to finish first. Literally anyone can pretty much finish everywhere. Coast fighting for a final spot, Adelaide, Brisbane, and Melbourne looking for number 1, and the finals race is going to be epic. What did you think of the games? What was your highlight? I'd love to hear about them. That's your recap. Let's go. See ya after the bye week, baby. Things are tightening up in the Pacific Hockey League, and it doesn't get any better than a battle between the two hottest teams in the league right here live from the Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land in Adelaide, South Australia. Eric Ballner here, joined by local hockey coach Tash Ferrier. Tash, this is a juicy matchup. We just came out of the bye, and it really is the two top teams as of late going head-to-head.
Yes, they're definitely both coming out of the gates here. They have really close games. They're winning. They're on a winning streak each, and it's really going to be interesting to see what plays out because they're both going to be fighting for a nice spot towards the finals.
Well, let's pop up the standings on screen because the Coast, they have 14 points right now, but after the first bye week, after their first 8 games, they were 0-8, and they've gone on a run where they've won 5 of 6 games, and 2 wins from the Coast this weekend means that, hey, they are going to be 2 points behind the Adelaide Avalanche. Meanwhile, there's only 6 games left, so if the Avs win both games this weekend, the Coast mathematically can't catch Adelaide, and Adelaide would clinch a finals berth. That would be remarkable for the Adelaide community if at home they could clinch a finals berth in front of their home fans.
Absolutely. Like the last time Adelaide's played in finals is 2012, so that's going to be huge for the hockey community here, and for the Coast as well. Like, they started really slow, but they've kind of pulled it together now, and they're a force to be reckoned with, so it's going to be a big battle this weekend.
In the midsection of the season between the byes, Adelaide had 16 points. They were top. Coast had 14 points. Both teams have won 5 of 6 games as you take a look at the standings right now. But Tash, Adelaide's won 5 of 6. What was the difference that Adelaide did in that middle section of the season so well? Why have they won those 5 of 6 games?
Well, and you can see in this clip here, they've used the middle really well. They've got great speed on their team, really good zone entries, and obviously finishing. At the start of the season, they had a hard time kind of putting games away, but they've managed to fix that up. And, last 5 or 6 games, even looking at last game, Nat Benson getting that late goal and just sealing the deal. And, we have a lot of speed. The Avs have a lot of speed on their team, and just finishing and making sure they do the job towards the end. You can see here Joey McDougall. He's coming up the middle there. Owning that space in the neutral zone is huge for possession. Now,
puck possession has been that buzzword going around the Adelaide playing group, and it's something that they're taking pride in. Why is Adelaide's puck possession being so efficient right now?
Well, when you don't have a choice but to clinch games, puck possession is key. So you can see Jamie Woodman holding the blue line there, and they were holding a lead here, 3-2, holding onto the puck and making smart choices and taking those high percentage shots, and puck possession is key.
It's a relentless forecheck, and a lot of scoring opportunities come from that. And when you always have the puck, it means very simple math here, Tash Ferrier. If you have the puck, it means the other guys don't have the puck. And that is what has been effective for Adelaide. In the middle section of the season, Adelaide has conceded only 24 shots per game. They've been physical, by the way. They've been strong. Coast have conceded 39, Melbourne 42, and Brisbane 46. That's 15 shots less per game Adelaide is allowing than the next closest competition.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And, we could probably put that down to the 4-line effort that Adelaide can bring. So they're rolling 4 lines. Might look a little bit different tonight, but having that sustained pressure throughout all 4 is a really important thing. And when it comes to line matching, you can send any guy out there and he's going to do the job.
Last time the Coast were here, Adelaide literally ran them over. You can see how physical they were. They won 5-1 and 9-2 in games that never felt close at all. It was all Adelaide. But since then, this guy, Cale Costa, has returned to the lineup, 5 of 6. He might be the best Australian player not named Nathan Walker.
He is an absolute jet, and he has brought such speed to this league, and every time he's on the ice, he's an absolute danger. So when Cal Costa is on the ice, he's always going to make something happen. His sustained pressure, his intent around the puck, and now that Coast have started to build as a team, he's also got that support there too. So it's not just isolated efforts of just Cal Costa. Their support and their zone entries have improved a lot, and they're a force to be reckoned with as a team.
Cal Costa came into the lineup in game number 8 of the year for the Coast. They played Adelaide in that game. Costa had an assist, but since then he's really exploded. He's got 15 points in 7 games played, 7 goals, 8 assists. Like you said, he is dynamic, and like you said, Tash, he opens up possibilities for players like their import forward Mike Tisch and their defenseman Emil Goris.
Yeah, when you've got someone like Cal Costa out there and creating those opportunities, it's only going to be a positive thing for your team. And you know, the Coast has some fantastic players. They've got a lot of speed, a lot of skill, and with Cal Costa in the mix, it's obviously a big difference too. And he's finished games for them. You know, he's that big time player that's going to be able to seal games when required.
I know that our co-commentator Eric Lean loves to use the word balance. Have you noticed more balance with Costa in the lineup, knowing that you have the likes of young players like Alistair Rye and Jack Ransom be able to settle into more roles, I suppose?
Yeah, when we first started watching the Coast, they had a lot of isolated efforts coming into the offensive zone. So by that I mean someone's just carrying the puck in by themselves and there's not really a lot of other players around them. But since Cal Costa's come into the lineup and the team settled in, their puck support has been phenomenal. If you watch tonight, you know, you'll see a guy with the puck. If the puck jumps out, there's another Coast player there. Their support and their structures have really settled in, and it allows people like Rye to just play a role and not have to do everything.
Now the Coast are missing one key player in their lineup today, and that is Dmitry Kuleshov, who is off with a few Adelaide players at the Under-20 World Championships. Kuleshov is their leading scorer, 10 goals, 8 assists. No one has more goals, no one has more points. He's only 18 years old, so they're missing a big talent. But bigger for Adelaide is they're losing 4 players to the World Juniors. They're losing a whole line. They actually played together as a line in Danny Chen, Noah Maley, and Ben Hanberg, and Jeremy Friedrich, who's the reigning PHL Player of the Week. He's got a goals against average of below 2 in his last 6 starts. They're gone, and Jared Siemens and Joey McDougall, their captain, are in Canada visiting home because they hadn't been there before COVID. That's 6 players out for Adelaide. The team that loves to talk about depth, I think we'll find out about the depth tonight.
It will be tested tonight. You know, we spoke about the 4 lines and rolling 4 lines and producing some awesome opportunities. But with those kind of guys out, you're not just missing skill, you're missing character, you're missing leadership. So it will be very interesting to see who steps up and then what Adelaide can bring to the table today.
Adelaide is able to still roll 3 lines, and that top line, if you can even call it a top line for Adelaide, but it would probably be Jake Riley, Johan Levesque, and Darren Korstens, who stepped in as captain. What have you seen from that line that you've really seen click and work well?
That's just generating a lot of offensive opportunity. That is a line that can jump into space really quick. They can capitalize on opportunities, and they've got a heck of a lot of speed. So someone with the experience that Darren Korstens has can also bring leadership to that space too.
Goaltending matchups are going to be another interesting point today. On one end, on the Coast, you have Tom Munro, the Coast goalie. He's got 5 wins in his 12 games, a .439 goals against average, an .886 save percentage. Those are about standard numbers for Australian goalies in a national league, to be honest. But the last time Adelaide played Tom Munro, he made 64 saves. When Tom Munro is on, he is very difficult to beat, and he's going to want to show a bit of redemption from how he played last time in Adelaide.
Yeah, look, he's part of their core leadership as well. So, you know, having him around and leading from the front in that space is going to be very important for them. He's going to need to have a big night. Now,
Matusz Trinka, he got hurt the last time they played the Coast. That was in the middle of May. It's almost been 2 months since Matusz Trinka has last played a game, or beginning of June rather, so 6 weeks. He's only trained a couple of times. His knee was not in the best shape. He missed all of that Tange tournament, but Matusz Trinka, who still is the league leader in goals against average at .256 and save percentage in .924, how is he going to go in his first real intense level of hockey in almost 2 months?
Well, we'll see how he goes. You know, you want to obviously...
That's a good question, right?
It's a great question. You want to have a well-being first approach, and it's really great that he's taken the time that he needs to take some space away and get himself right and get his body right. And, you know, if things don't go well, Adelaide have local Curtis Villani that can step in and do the trick. And Curtis has played high-level hockey before, and you've got the backup there if you need it. But we'll just hope that Matus slots in really nicely and his body holds up.
When Matus Trinka is on his game, he is one of the best, if not the best in Australia. You've heard a lot of opposing players, current players, say they think Matus Trinka might have the highest ceiling of any goalie in Australia right now. That's the kind of talent we're talking about with Matus Trinka. So if he's healthy, and he's a bit of a different character, Adelaide should be okay, right?
Yeah, he plays with edge. He just makes stuff happen, and he's very competitive. He'll stand on his head for a team, and regardless of where he's at, the team's going to feel confident that Matus is in net today, and he'll do what he can do.
So, Tash, I'll put you on the spot right now as we get ready for lineups and puck drop. Number one key to victory for Adelaide today.
Key to victory is owning the middle of the ice and continuing that sustained pressure and the physicality. That's what I would say. We've got the home advantage on the rink today.
We'll evaluate that at the end of the first period. And for the Coast, one key advantage, for one key thing they need to do well.
Continue doing what they're doing. They've built really nicely. They're a bit of a slow burn situation, but they've come together really well. So I'm interested to see how they go in comparison to the first game we played here in Adelaide against them.
We are going to have a ceremonial puck drop in just a second. Now, Amber Bedell and Alana Hulub are two of the three South Australian players and two of the four South Australians that were there to represent Australia at the recent Under-18 World Women's Championships. They came back with a bronze medal in what was a tremendous effort, especially in the last half of that tournament, taking down some titans of the game. Tash, you've been involved with the women's national program for a while. What do you think it meant to these two South Australian women who just brought us home a bronze medal?
I'm so excited for these two because their journey's just starting. So, they've gone away, they've represented their country, they've won a gold medal, and they've got a taste for what it's like to play at the highest level, to represent your country, and they'll be feeling really proud, and I'm really excited for them and their futures.
That's Amber and Alana dropping the puck. Maddie Smith unable to be here. Same with Candace, who has been a stalwart for South Australian hockey for a really long time, but those four were the women that helped Australia get it done with a bronze medal. We'll pause quickly on the theme of Australia for the Australian national anthem. That was not the anthem, Tash Farrier. It could be, though.
Sounds like a bit of a remix at the moment.
I reckon if they don't get it going, the guys just got to start singing. They'll get it going. Here we go. Reception from the crowd, and Tash, if you look over to your left from where we're standing, there's not a whole lot of gaps in the crowd because it is another sellout at the Ice Arena. Certainly one of the most, if not the most supported club in the PHL, it feels like right now. This whole community behind the team, and 2 wins this weekend for Adelaide clinches a National League final spot for the first time in 10 years. But if the Coast win 2 games, they are the hottest team in the league. They'll have won 7 of 8. They will only be 2 points behind Adelaide with 4 games to play, and then Adelaide might not make the finals at all. It is a pivotal weekend. It's a huge weekend, and both teams know what's on the line, and they're going to be bringing everything, so the home crowd's going to get a show tonight. Darren Corstens taking the draw for Adelaide in black. Mike Tisch taking the draw for the Coast, who are in green and gray, and we are ready to go. Adelaide versus the Coast, as the Coast will chip it off the near boards as it's played up by Emil Gori, and it will go all the way down for icing. Adelaide, you saw this in the last game. They used their speed a lot. They were dumping down the puck and beating out icings of their own. That was probably something strategic from the team.
Yeah, that's when you've got the speed and you trust your forwards to kind of beat them to the puck and wave the icing off. It's a good way to gain possession in the offensive zone. Nice and deep.
Darren Corstens settling in for the draw once again. Flicks it forward, but it'll be picked up by Stuart Cole Clark, local veteran of the Central Coast ice hockey scenes. Emil Goris, he looks like he's playing some forward in the game today as Corstens fans on the clearance, and Goris is in tight as it's played back from Ivan Kuleshov, tipped down low, and it will be banked out from Jamie Woodman. Woodman carries it into the attacking zone. Woodman works out wide, and he'll settle it down along the far boards before he's hit hard by Braden Costa. Braden Costa just had a really nice Tange tournament. A lot of good young players on the coast as we get another stoppage and play.
That's twice now that the Coast have decided to shoot the puck down and trust their forwards to try and gain some possession in the offensive zone. So Adelaide are going to have to tighten up on the neutral zone there if they're choosing not to break it out low. They're utilising their speed that they have, so that will be one to watch.
Nicola Powell taking the draw for the Avalanche. This is his second game of the season. His first game versus the Coast lasted exactly one shift. He blocked a shot, he got hurt, and he's been out for the last 2 months, but finally returning to the lineup, and good to see him back on the ice right now, and he'll touch the puck along the right side before it goes back to the Coast defense, who play it forward in the neutral zone. Jonathan Ruth has the puck taken away by the Italian stallion Nicola Powell, but he gives it right back to the Coast defense in Matthew Kopp. Kopp up towards the center of the line. Andrew Chen pinching forward, trying to cause a bit of pressure. Adelaide has been immense, dominating the shot clock. We'll see if that trend continues today. These are the two hottest teams in the league. Not the top team. That honor belongs to the Ducks. They've got 28 points, but both these teams playing well. And here comes a good scoring opportunity for Cale Costa. Costa scores on his first shot of the game. Cale Costa walks into Adelaide's rink and puts the Coast up 1-0.
Cal Costa is really good at finding space. You know, a player is great when they can read where the puck is going to be, not necessarily where it's at already, and he was just out really wide there. And
Matusz Trinka is done. He has come up sore on the knees, gone right back to the bench. So Matusz Trinka's time in net off the injury lasts one shift as Costa gets a goal a minute and a half in, and Curtis Villani is now in net for Adelaide. We'll get you more information on him in just a second as Zach Steele enters the zone. But this became very interesting, Tash.
Yeah, look, Adelaide are going to have to pick it up and put their trust in Curtis Villani, who will do the job, and they'll be able to resettle and see how they go.
Awkward shot and a big rebound, scores! Adelaide responds! Just like that, it's a 1-1 game. A big rebound in the middle of the ice, and it was banked home by Zach Steele.
That's the response that Adelaide needed to bring in that moment. They've just got a fresh goalie out there. The goalie's gone injured after the first shot on goal, and a response like that is the exact thing that is required right now. The game is even again, and they can have a nice reset.
Well, the big story here is Matusz Trinka, who is returning from injury. We are wondering about the health of his knee. It is not healthy enough. He lasted 90 seconds before taking himself out of the game. And Curtis Villani is in net. Now, Curtis is an all-time legend in the local hockey scenes here. Hazel walks in the zone. That gets intercepted as Mike Tisch will turn it the other way. Villani in his young 30s, he has played at the national level before. As Corstens enters the zone, he finds Riley. Riley on the backhand, down low, rebound in the slot. Adelaide couldn't bank that away. Chip back out to the point. Hazel couldn't hold the line. It gets pushed back with Ivan Kuleshov all over him. He's one of the two Kuleshov brothers. Ivan just 16 years old as Riley chips it behind. Villani plays local hockey with the Adelaide Red Wings, and last year he had an unbelievable season. He had a save percentage in the 920s, a goals against average in the low 2s, and he was neck and neck with Jeremy Friedrich for the best goalie in the state. Knocked over on the left side as that's tipped away from Jake Riley. Played back behind the goal. Levesque plays it back to the point, and Andrew Chen will regather. Villani has reworked himself, reworked his body. He's now one of the fittest people in the ice hockey community, and he has been anxious for a while to prove what he thinks, as he's one of the better goalies in the state, and now he's going to be front row center maybe for the rest of the weekend. Steve Best, his Red Wing teammate, fires one on net. Monroe can't hold it, goes all the way to the point, kept in from Andrew Chen. Chen chips his way down low, played back around the corner as the Coast will try to grind this out. They should be able to clear. Alistair Rye, the young captain, just 21 years old, carries it into the zone and flicks it behind, and Villani will almost touch the puck for the first time. Woodman settles it down, walks his way out of the zone. Woodman, one of the best at leading a breakout. He finds his Perth teammate in Tom Sack. Nick Powell has the puck bounce off his stick, and the Coast will go the other direction. Here's Cale Costa. He scored once. Can he score twice? That gets tipped high off the mesh and out of play. Tash, what would Curtis Villani be feeling right now?
I think he'll be feeling a little bit nervous. He probably didn't expect to come in that quickly, but knowing Curtis Villani, he definitely would be ready. And you're completely right. He has been working really, really hard in the gym, and he's had a big transformation, and he's definitely ready to go. Do
you think it's almost better that if he had to come in, it came just a minute and a half into the game rather than sitting cold on the bench?
Yeah, I think you just want to get in. I mean, obviously bad news for Matus, but definitely in sooner is better.
Coast will go back to work trying to grind behind. Cale Costa working in the corner with Cameron Hughes all the way back to the point. Cole Clark has a shot tipped away. Benson grinding away in the corner. Adelaide will tip this one out. Benson finds the man ahead. It was the goal scorer, Jordan Freeman, who looks for 16-year-old Julian Friedrich. That puck gets tipped back in towards the neutral zone, and it's Jonathan Ruth carrying it the other direction. Ruth playing it back down low for Jamie Woodman. Well, from Coast perspective, Adelaide are missing 6 players, including now 7 players, including both of their goalies, their captain, and some of the best young talent in the country. These are games and an opportunity that you'd think Coast would have to be salivating at.
They'd want to jump on it.
Jumping on the left side is Mackenzie Bolger. Bolger angles his way away, and that's chipped forward and rammed into by Jordan Freeman. Freeman's made a name for himself for laying out some big hits in this league already, and Freeman jumps right back on it. Chen almost gives it away up the middle of the ice. It was Ivan Kuleshov who was lurking away. Alexei Alikoski, the 18-year-old Finn, plays top-level junior hockey in Finland. He's just good friends with Daniel Chen. That's why he's in South Australia for a visit. Now he's playing. Alikoski drops it back, fires a shot. That one whipped past Tom Monroe. Adelaide grinding away back down in the corner. Cole Clark gets laid into by Jake Riley and a hit up high, and it'll be played up the boards looking for Ivan Kuleshov. Alikoski, right side. Korstens was looking up the middle of the ice. He has his pocket picked by Mike Tisch, the American from Cleveland, Ohio. Plays it off over to the right side. He was looking for his line mate, Alistair Rye. Chen off to Korstens. Korstens, whoa, an awkward giveaway in front, but hey, Curtis Villani's got a save, and he gets a warm reception from the crowd.
He'll take that. He's got the puck in his glove. He's made the save. He can have a reset on the face-off, and yeah, he'll be starting to settle in soon.
Well, I am personally very excited for Curtis Villani.
Me too.
You like to see people get opportunities when they've been trying to work for that, so we'll see how Curtis goes today. Chipped up the boards, kept down by Cale Costa. Costa was trying to float one over to Alistair Rye. Steve Best knocks it forward, and this one isn't going to go for icing because it hit the skate of Beth Beauchal on the wing, and it will be recovered by the Coast. Left side, tipped over the skate. Jamie Woodman battling in back behind the goal. Woodman has Rye all over him. Woodman still strong on the puck. He finds Tom Sack, but that puck jumped on him. Ruth down low. Sack angles into him. Still hard on this puck is Cale Costa. Back behind the goal for Alistair Rye. This Rye-Costa combination could exist for a long time in Coast hockey. Costa all the way back to the blue line. Just great command on the puck. One of the more exciting talents in the entire country. Sack will clear it forward. Tipped ahead by Steve Best. Back in behind was Jack Ransom, who will play it around, looking for David Harmody, and chips it up along the near boards as Alexei Alikoski flicks it in. Coast will reset. Up on the left wing. Braden Costa enters the zone. Tries to fire a shot on net. Another opportunity, and he gets swiveled around, and it gets eaten alive in that Adelaide corner. Adelaide banks it off into the neutral zone. Tom Cross knocked away from Benson, and Adelaide couldn't quite break away as Zach Steele ran into Hayden Sayers at the center line. This game, a bit of a different pace and tempo and equality than the last time these two teams met in Adelaide. Adelaide at this point were up 3 goals already. Now Adelaide's going to go to the power play, something they've been working on in training, and the Coast will go to the penalty kill, and we'll see how Adelaide goes with their first man advantage of the game.
Yeah, look, I'm interested to see how the special teams look tonight, and in a game like this, if it's going to be really even, it's going to be special teams that are going to need to pull through to make sure that they're capitalising on that opportunity. But yeah, a bit more physicality at the moment, which is good to see, and people just finding their feet and trying to settle into the game.
Adelaide's power play at 15.2% on the season. It's better than what it was at the start of the year, but still not the number that they are looking for. It's got better over weeks, but this will be something that Adelaide will need heading into the finals. Nathaniel Benson has Jake Riley at the right point. Riley trying to chip it forward, and it will be cleared away from Emil Goris and up ahead towards Mike Tisch, and Tisch tried to work his way in. Tisch stuck behind the goal. Jake Riley will carry this one out. Riley finds Korstens. Korstens looks for Benson, and Benson will go up the ice. Benson out wide, dangles in tight. Benson wrapping around the goal, tries to chip it out into the neutral zone, and it's Johan Levesque back to the point. Riley through traffic, tipped down low, and it bounces over a stick. Korstens, firm pass to the point. Woodman holds the line, rebound in front. That's how Adelaide scored their last goal, with a point shot from Jamie Woodman, and a rebound came, and it almost happened again. Jamie Woodman is 7-0 when he plays this year with the Avalanche. The Avalanche are 0-5 when he doesn't. Benson enters the zone, walks out wide, circles again behind the goal, and Adelaide will try to get set up with a minute to go on the power play. Tipped down in front, scores! Joey Quebec, Adelaide's leading goal scorer, has got another, and it's 2-1.
Great puck patience by Nat Benson. A good patient zone entry, carrying the puck around. Just a heads-up play. Nice little backdoor pass. Good finish by Joey Levesque. Way to capitalise.
Johan Levesque will now move into sole possession of second in the league in scoring with his 12th goal of the year. This guy just always seems to be in the spot to find goals. It's an anomaly.
You know what? You can't teach that.
No.
He's just naturally intuitive, and he just reads the play really well.
He always seems to find a way to put the puck in the net. Goal scoring is a skill. Not everyone can do it like Johan Levesque can. He always seems to find that hole. And if the name of the game is scoring goals, well, Johan Levesque is one of the first people you'd want to sign up. Adelaide has this go off a body and into the corner. Skating all the way back is Matt Kopp. Kopp has the puck almost taken away from Steve Best as Adelaide gets a goal at the midway point of the period. 2-1. Cale Costa scored the first goal of the game, and Adelaide scored the next 2. One from Levesque, one from Steele. Adelaide, the most balanced team in the league in terms of players that have hit the score sheet. And they're showing that early on, but Cale Costa, he's got star power, stops, pops, tries to chip it away, plays it to the point, long shot in, it was fanned and scooped up by Andrew Chen. Costa can create, my goodness, and Jonathan Ruth trying to show that he can play physical too. Bumps off his man, and the Coast will get the puck back. Adelaide with a line change, but it's taken away from Benson. He's going to backhand this. He was looking for Jordan Freeman at the center of the ice. No one more than Nathaniel Benson is being disrupted from these players that are out of the lineup for Adelaide. His usual line mate, Joey McDougall, not here. Daniel Chen, not here. Jared Siemens, not here. Guys that Nathaniel has played with over the last couple months. So 2 new line mates for Nathaniel Benson today. His other line mate, Jake Riley, was moved to another line earlier in the season. We'll see how much Nat can carry a line, and, well, he's already set up 1 goal.
He's adaptable.
Adelaide grinding away in the corner, and there's Benson scooping this out again, walking out front. He's been on the ice for both the goals. Remember, it was the Benson, Steele, and Freeman line that scored the first goal of the game. Probably a sign of a good player when you know that you can pop him at any line and he'll make an impact no matter who he's working with. This guy makes an impact. Jamie Woodman almost went top shelf. Woodman gets his own rebound. He gets bumped off the puck. Hazel trying to move there in support, and Woodman gets barreled down by Emil Goris. His helmet pops up, but Adelaide tries to clear, and finally the coast should be able to leave the zone, and it does. Zach Steele backhands this in behind the goal. Both teams looking quite measured today. Alexei Alikoski intercepts, finds space in Darren Korstens, waits for Levesque to get back on side before chipping it in behind the goal. Scooped up by Mackenzie Bolger, can't quite clear the zone, and it's finally cleared by Kuleshov, who almost had his head taken off right after that clearance. Darren Korstens walks in the zone, dangles around one, Korstens inside, oh my goodness, scores! Razzle-dazzle from the captain. It's 3-1.
We spoke about Darren Korstens early having the experience, but just to take the moment through the legs and a nice little rebound popped in by Riley. That is confidence right there. And that was simply from a small turnover, a bobbled puck. He's capitalised and he's taken a risk through the legs, and a great follow-up from Riley. Going to have to keep following up those rebounds tonight.
He cut through defenders, goes backhand, and he tucks it between the legs.
Yeah. Captain confidence.
Korstens has been a very confident player over the last few weeks especially. It's one of the reasons he got that C put on him with the absence of Joey McDougall. And I know, Tash, you loved that pick when you saw that Korstens was named the interim captain.
That's a fantastic choice by the Avalanche. Darren Korstens is top value.
Then there goes Villani down. He sticks that aside, and he makes his first tricky save on the game, none other than Cale Costa with the shot.
And to be expected, the guys are going to be stepping up for Curtis and making sure that he's protected in there. And a nice save, and he'll be feeling a little more settled, and the guys aren't going to let anyone be touching him.
Well, if you were to pick a team that you said, hey, I want to play on any team to be a goaltender for, it's probably the team that allows 15 less shots per game than the next closest team.
Yeah, when they're rolling for defense and you've got the likes of Jamie Woodman in the mix, if you're a goalie, you'd be feeling pretty okay with that.
Woodman and Jake Hazel have turned out to be a pretty good combination for Adelaide over the last few weeks. The left-handed shot of Hazel, the right-handed shot of Woodman. One can push the pace, the other can sit back. They seem to complement each other well. And Jake Hazel's another defenseman that's developed quite well over the last couple of years. Both
of them have that offensive mindset, so they can play the stay-at-home defensive role. You can see Woodman here just carrying the puck and getting a nice hit. I think this carried on a little bit after, but yeah, with Jake Hazel and Jamie Woodman, you know what you're going to get. If the opportunity is there for them to carry it and to create something offensive, they're going to take that opportunity. Very handy combo.
A great mentor for someone like Jake Hazel and Andrew Chen, young players to learn from. Now the Coast are going to get their first penalty of the game. Curtis Villani took the penalty, so he's on the score sheet already, and now he's going to have to defend 2 minutes or less of the Coast on the power play. Adelaide has the #1 penalty kill in the league, but they're missing 2 of their better penalty killers in Noah Maley and Daniel Chen. They still have Jake Riley and Darren Korstens, but no McDougall, no Maley, and no Chen. This is the part of the game where those absences are really going to be felt. Cale Costa with some speed enters the zone, and it's flicked away, but Adelaide can't quite clear. Hazel couldn't quite get a stick on it. Costa keeps it in, finds Kuleshov, chips it down low for Tish. Tish looking for Harmony in front of the net. That gets knocked away from Jamie Woodman. Teams battle for it in behind the goal. Darren Korstens tries to chip away. Harmony, the former Hungarian national team player, off to the left point for Goris. And Woodman banks it off the boards, and that's going to trickle all the way down. It wasn't pretty, but Adelaide still cleared the zone.
It will do the job.
Adelaide up 3-1. Coast scored first on the first shot of the game on Matusz Trinka, and then he was taken out immediately after. And now Adelaide has scored 3 goals in response, and I don't know if the Coast have had 3 shots on goal in that time.
Maybe not. A little bit of a rush there on the PK, and Tom Sackett already entered the zone, so that was called as an offside.
Yeah, you'll see on the scoreboard here, it says 3-1 Coast. We gotta get to our producers to switch this around. It's 3-1 Adelaide if you're just joining us in. 3-1 Adelaide. Benson wins the draw. Picked up again as it's Andrew Chen that will clear this all the way down. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Coast. This is their first opportunity of the game. They're operating at 15.1%, so 0.1% worse than Adelaide entering the game, although Adelaide scored a power play goal already tonight. Alakowski plays it around the corner. Braden Costa intercepts. He chips in from the point, whips it across the goal, and Villani tries to paddle that aside, and Tom Sack will clear it away. Next man up for Adelaide on the penalty kill. Sack and Benson getting some PK time, and they can be effective too.
Yeah, I don't mind that combo. Lots of intensity.
Jonathan Ruth will settle things down as the penalty about to come to an end. Stuart Cole-Clark enters the zone and is chipped out, and Nathaniel Benson will try to take this away as Johan Levesque steps on the ice, who is serving the penalty for Curtis Villani. Andrew Chen banks it off the boards, intercepted by the other number 17 and Stuart Cole-Clark. Nathaniel Benson's going to be the first man behind the play, and Cole-Clark plays it around the corner, but not out. Intercepted. Woodman chips it down low. Centering play all the way back down to the point. Now it's Jamie Woodman with the puck on the right side. Through traffic. Kind of wafted through the air and off to the back corner. And Adelaide, doesn't matter who's in or out of the lineup, puck possession still the MO for this pesky young bunch. Adelaide looking to move close to the top of the standings. There's one scenario where Adelaide could be tied for first by the end of the weekend, but a lot needs to go right for that to happen. Darren Korstens swivels it around. He finds Jake Riley. Riley was looking for Levesque. Instead, it plays it back to Woodman, who then found Levesque going up the seam. Kopp plays it off to the right side. Riley centering play. He finds Korstens. Korstens looking for his teammate in Woodman. Woodman with a shooting lane fires one through. It might have gone off a body and a little bit high. Korstens chips it back behind the goal. Jake Riley looking for the puck. Matthew Kopp clears it off the right boards, and Brisbane will break, the Coast will break this one out. Sayers gets tied up by his man. Puck goes back to Matthew Kopp. Kopp off to the right side. Sayers again tangled up, but slipping in behind is just a sneaky little play from Jack Ransom, who will play this into the corner. Mackenzie Bolger. Two Bolger brothers playing on this Coast team, a family affair, as Mackenzie Bolger fires a shot on net. That gets tipped off a stick and out of play. With 4:13 to go, Adelaide lead 3-1.
That was a nice penalty kill from Adelaide, and the very minor things that you can notice is it's as simple as getting a stick in a lane. So they did that really well for the whole 2 minutes. There was very rare that there was a shot on net, and that was purely because there was a stick in the lane. You take the lane away, they can't get a clear shot.
Off the draw, we'll have to reset. So Adelaide with 3 goals in about an 8-minute stretch. One from Zach Steele, one on the power play from Johan Levesque, assisted by Nate Benson, and then Riley from Darren Korstens. Again, 3 different goal scorers for Adelaide, showing some balance. Kale Costa on a really nice shot beat Mateusz Trinka, who already is out of the game. We really hope Mateusz is okay. Adelaide's going to need him down the stretch. Freeman chips it down low. Adelaide with the puck in the form of Nathaniel Benson, who centers it. Benson liking to lurk in that corner right now. Chen from the point through traffic. That gets knocked away. Julian Friedrich had his first PHL points last weekend in Brisbane. Young 16-year-old up-and-coming talent. Alakowski couldn't hold the line. He's going to have to skate back towards the center mark as Ivan Kuleshov is all over him, but it's flicked to himself, and he's going to draw a penalty. And I think it's a high-sticking one as Alakowski might have some blood as well. He's looking for blood. Is that the old hockey player trick? When you get the high stick, it's like, yep, I need to. Like,
I need it to be a major
4-minute, yeah.
High stick there, and everyone's wearing visors, so you don't like to see it. But they'll gain an opportunity in a power play, and hopefully for their sake they can capitalise. But it seems that we often talk about momentum. It seems that Adelaide are holding the fort. That they've responded well to Curtis going in. They've created opportunities. They've sorted out some rebounds, and they'll be happy with an offensive draw here with the power play.
Adelaide already 1 for 1 on the power play. They did have a game last week in Brisbane where they were 4 for 8 with the man advantage. So it is starting to turn around a little bit, you'd think the numbers are suggesting.
Better than 12%, surely.
Better than 12%, and better than the stretch where they were like 0 for 21 at one point this season. But here comes Kale Costa, dangerous even when shorthanded. Adelaide went through a stretch where they went 5 straight games allowing shorthanded goals, including one versus the Coast. So they haven't allowed one in a while, which just means they're probably due, statistically speaking. Jake Riley Left side to Nathaniel Benson. Benson will just flick this in, and Adelaide will try to go to the forecheck. It'll be Darren Corstens trying to lead the charge, but Stuart Cole-Clark's there first, and Ruth can play it off the wing, and here comes Costa, short-handed, in space, with speed. Great save from Curtis Villani. That's his best one yet, and he gives himself a little pump up, yes. I don't know if that'll be on the replay or not, but he makes the save, and he gives a little, you know, the old two-handed fist.
Yeah, here it is here. Nice stretch pass there on the PK, and great blocker there. Good lateral movement from Curtis.
I don't know if the replay will hold on just after, but moments after this, Villani gives himself a little bit of a little pump up. That was his first challenging save he's probably had to make this game.
He'll be happy with that. You like it when you know that your angles are on, and he'll have a nice little reset. He's looking confident right now.
Oh, I think it was right after that he gets the little pump. But Curtis Villani, he'll have a few supporters in the crowd cheering him on. Hasn't played a whole lot at the national level, though he's been involved with adrenaline teams of the past. Left the game of hockey for a while, despite being one of the top talents for a bit. And now he's looking rejuvenated. Woodman at the point with a minute to go on the power play. Chips it down low to Nathaniel Benson. Right side to Darren Corstens. Jonathan Ruth all over him. Corstens grinding away in the corner. He gets knocked down. Adelaide keeps possession. Back to the point for Woodman. Woodman to Riley. One-timer. Big rebound. Adelaide chips it on board. And a Coast player had to dive down, and it was a good effort. I think it was Jonathan Ruth who blocked that play. 37 seconds to go on the power play, and here he comes again. Cale Costa explodes to the left side, working against Woodman, and he gets in tight, and he gets hauled up, and Jamie Woodman is going to take his medicine there and say, yep, that was a penalty.
You don't mind that penalty. You know, when you're going to take a penalty, if it's going to stop a scoring opportunity, then so be it. And Jamie Woodman knew. You can see the speed of Cale Costa entering the zone there, just to show how skilled he is. And yeah, Jamie Woodman was nodding, knowing that he's definitely taken that penalty. Was that an uh-oh moment for Jamie Woodman when he sees him go on the outside there? Yeah, that was I'm gonna take a penalty here. I don't care. But dangerous player, most dangerous player on the ice. You'll take that one. Take a 4-on-4 for a bit. Well, and you can go and trust Adelaide's penalty kill, which is the #1 in the league, but there will be about 26 seconds of 4-on-4 action, but now we know no Chen, no Maley, no McDougall, now no Woodman on this penalty kill as well for Adelaide. So depth really being tested today as Tom Sack, 4-on-4, will try to turn and go. That puck was knocked away from Emil Goris, the Belgian international national team representative. He'll pick up the puck on the left side again. He's second on the team in points with 17 entering the game. And now Tish is dropping the gloves, and he's going hard right at Tom Sack. Tish tried to get some shots in, but the Lions crew have jumped in to break it up. I don't know what happened there, but Tish wasn't too happy. The Lions people got in there pretty quickly, though. It's Beth Beauchal and who's the other Lions person in the game today? Jake O'Brien, is it? Jake O'Brien, yes, it is. I don't know what happened there. Tash, did you catch? I didn't catch that. It was off the play, and Sack is still out there because he didn't drop the gloves. So, you know, it probably was Sack's intent to maybe razz someone up, and unfortunately Tish has dropped the gloves there. So we'll be interested to see what the call is, because Sack is out there with confidence. I don't think he's taking a penalty on that one. Do you sometimes do that as a player on the ice, knowing that maybe another player, and I don't know if Mike Tish does or not, but do you identify some players on another team and say, yep, this person has a short fuse, let's see if we can get under the skin a little bit? Is that some gamesmanship that would happen in the game of hockey? Yes, the psychological game is huge, and if you can capitalize and pick someone apart and they're going to react like that, as soon as you get a reaction, you've won that moment. So Sack's smiling, he's probably, yeah, that was well intended. You can have a look here, he's purposely not dropped his gloves. That's an unfortunate loss for, there you go. That's an unfortunate loss for Coast, and it might be is it a 4-minute, 5-minute? Well, it's a 5-minute major for fighting. I don't know if that'll be classified as a fight or just a roughing call. It's going to be one, we'll get a good look at it again. Hopefully just roughing. Because it wasn't really a fight. Like, he went in for the hit. He clearly had the intent to fight. He dropped the glove and had the fist there, but it's not like he landed a shot. Tom Sack's not a guy I'd want to fight, by the way. He's literally a MMA, that's what he trains to do. Yeah. If he wanted to, I'm sure he could drop the gloves and have a tilt, but he's definitely done the team first thing there, and he's stayed composed.
Tom Sack has been a big team guy. Adelaide sort of got to know him during the NHSL season when he moved to South Australia to play for the Brewers. He played forward, he played defense, and he lived in Adelaide and became brothers with a lot of these players in the community. And I know that when you were game planning to play against the Brewers this year, Sack was a big part of having to watch someone.
Yeah, he's a versatile player, and he can throw a hit, and he can definitely shoot. He's got a fantastic shot. He's a very valuable player for Adelaide to have.
So it's 2 minutes on the board for the Coast. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1:34, and then Adelaide will have a power play again. There's only 1:27 to go in the period, so things getting a little chippy towards the end of this period. Adelaide lead 3-1. Jake Riley cuts to the middle of the ice on the backhand, rebound in tight. A few of those have popped out today in the crease, and Darren Korstens almost had another, well, he's had an assist today, but he almost had another point to his name. Alikoski couldn't quite hold on. Korstens and Riley seem to work quite well together. Adelaide chips this forward. Darren Korstens off to the right side. Here's Alikoski. Alikoski swiveling across the ice and in tight, and Adelaide could not quite find the connection. Ruth, backhanded play. About 51 seconds to go on 4-on-4. That will be the rest of the period. Korstens works his way down low while he waits for his teammate to change. He somehow found Jake Hazel on a little touch lob pass coming off the bench. Hazel cycles his way down low, looking for Freeman, fires one through. It had eyes, and it just tipped a little bit high. Coast doing a good job of getting some block shots and tipped. We don't keep track of that stat, but it would be quite high on the Coast end. A good team effort trying to block some shots in front of their goalie. 10 seconds to go in the period. Adelaide couldn't quite hold the zone. Benson's got to be careful here, and he is. Re-enters the zone. Benson just one more time for a wayward shot on goal, and that is how the period, I think, will end. The Coast scored on the first shot of the game. Kale Costa beat Mateusz Trinka. Trinka re-aggravated his knee and took himself out of the game. And since then, Adelaide controlled most of the period. They scored a power play goal. Zach Steele, Johan Levesque, Jake Riley had goals. Most of the action in the Coast end. Adelaide outshooting them only 9 shots to 5, but it definitely kind of felt like Adelaide was probably the better team in the first period.
First period, they definitely won that one, and they capitalised. There's a lot of rebounds down that end tonight. I think Monroe will be looking to tidy that up, but they've capitalised on those opportunities, and a great period for them.
So Adelaide lead 3-1. Eric Ballner and Tash Ferry are calling all the action for you. We will take a little break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with period number 2. You're watching the Pacific Hockey League live from Adelaide on beautiful Ghana land. See you soon.
So we're on.
Back at the ice arena in beautiful Ghana land, Adelaide with a 3-1 lead. Goals to Levesque, Steele, and Riley. Kale Costa with the mark for the Coast. The big story here is Adelaide's starting goalie, Mateusz Trinka. He is out for the rest of the game and the rest of the weekend. He aggravated his knee, and his knee, it's already been a bit dodgy before the weekend. Pulled himself after the first shot of the game. That was also the Kale Costa goal. Curtis Villani has been in net. He stopped all 5 shots that he has faced, but that is dicey moments for Adelaide, who now have lost both of their starting goalies.
Unsettled start, but Adelaide had the right response, came out, scored a quick goal. Curtis has stood tall in the net. Not a lot of shots on him, but he'd be feeling confident coming out of the first period in the lead there.
The Coast, they started off with a lot of intent. They kind of lost their way in the middle section of the period, but they're only 2 goals down, and 2 wins for the Coast this weekend means they are right in the thick of a finals hunt.
They, speaking of hunt, they hunt the puck, and regardless of where they're at in a game, they're always competitive. They're always looking to win. You cannot count them out. It's a long game today, and the first period went Adelaide's way, but I'm sure they're going to step it up and have a big second period.
4-on-4 hockey for the next 5 seconds, and then Adelaide will have their 3rd power play of the game. They've already scored on 1. That's a roughing call from Mike Tisch. Tisch actually serving, I think, 2+2, so there'll be another. That's when he can come back on the ice. Coast win the draw. Matthew Kopp plays it in back behind the goal. He'll try to cycle his way out. Long touch pass forward, and it's finally cleared. He wisely looked up at the clock and saw that we are now shorthanded and decided to play it down the length of the ice, and now only 10 seconds to go on the power play, and it's going to be a very short-lived and very few opportunities for Adelaide on this power play, as it now has come to an end with just 3 seconds to go. Jake Riley up the middle of the ice. He enters the zone. We'll try to establish something as the team's back to full strength. Kept in by Alexei Alakowski. Alakowski chips it down low, looking for Jake Riley. Riley back to Korstens. Gives it back to Riley, who will cycle it down low. Zach Steele has the puck swallowed up in that sticky corner, and it was a hand pass, I believe, so we'll get a stoppage in play and the draw down the other side of the ice.
Couple of confused faces there. I don't think Alesky thought that was a hand pass, but they'll take the face off just outside and resettle. They'll be happy that the 4-on-4, and we're back to 5-on-5 now, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
Draw will come just outside the zone again. This new formed line of Korstens, Steele, and Freeman has already chipped in with a goal today. Back down low as it's chipped up by Jake Hazel. Zach Steele trips over himself as Jordan Freeman will carry this into the attacking zone. Drops it off for Benson. Quick release. That one just drifted wide. Zach Steele picks it up in the corner. Steele finds Benson. Benson, a dangerous pass into the slot. Adelaide couldn't get a stick on it. It's finally backhanded into a dangerous area on the ice by Jake Hazel. In tight. Freeman couldn't get enough mustard on it. Adelaide chips it off the boards. Grabbed by Nathaniel Benson. Benson has the puck taken away by Jonathan Ruth, who will explode up the wing, bank it off the left boards, and go in for the forecheck, but he's got to get around Jamie Woodman. Woodman somehow comes away with the puck, and it'll be easy for Freeman, it should be at least, to get the puck out of the zone, but good relentless pressure from the Coast. Finally, into the central area. Almost too many men for Central Coast. Adelaide lobs this forward. Nathaniel Benson enters the attacking zone. Steve Best was just a little bit offside.
Good shift by Nate Benson. Nice control, and that line is really starting to glue together and getting some nice cycle and puck possession down low, and some really good offensive opportunities. That line's flowing nicely.
Best, Powell, and Sack come on to the ice. This is the Brewers line. They spent some time playing together as a unit with the Port Adelaide Brewers in the NHSL, and they get reunited for this game together. Adelaide has that shot block and go up high. Only 10 shots to 5, a low-volume shot game so far.
Lots of, traffic in front of the nets, and we spoke about before a lot of block shots for the Coast, and they're playing well defensively in that way, but they'll be looking to kind of shape up a little more and get some more shots on net second period.
Costa will try to grind his way in the corner. He sends an Avalanche player tumbling down to the ground. Picked up by Alikoski. Alikoski a 2-on-1. He's got Tom Sack. Sack looking for Alikoski, and Monroe just got enough of a piece of it, and Alikoski fanned on the secondary opportunity. Here's Cale Costa in behind the defense. Costa looking for something. Steve Best trying to backtrack to get it away from Costa, and Costa comes away with it and sends it all the way down back to his goalie and Tom Monroe. Monroe distributes the puck to Tom Cross, but he gives this away. Sack finds Best. Best kicks it to himself. He was looking for the return pass to Sack, and the Coast almost went the other direction. Sack, left side, looking for Best. Best dangles around one. He's got space, fires one in front of the face of the goal. Rebound in tight, and Tom Monroe, who's going to have a big stretch of hockey, makes a couple key saves in that last sequence.
That was a nice little stretch pass there and a nice zone entry. Bit of a dangle for Steve Best, but it seems that they're getting some pucks on net, and the opportunities will flow if they continue that effort.
Darren Korstens will take the draw. Draw one once again as it's tipped over from David Harmody. Jake Riley can't hold the zone. He has to go all the way back into his own end to recover the puck. Floats one to the right side, looking for his mustache partner in crime. This whole line, Korstens, Levesque, and Riley, all have decided to sport mustaches on this line. Does it get the passing grade, Tash?
Whatever works. Whatever brings the mojo to your group, then you do it.
The mojo.
Hey,
I see what you did there.
They're playing well, and it's all in the moustache, clearly.
Draw off to the right side. Adelaide scoops it up, and here comes Jamie Woodman with speed, with control. Enters the zone, fires one over at Tom Monroe. He's already got an assist in the game today, but you hear players a lot that are playing with Jamie Woodman on the Avalanche. They're so impressed by his ability just to carry the puck out of the zone.
He has fantastic patience. He has great puck awareness, and if you watch him, his body positioning, he's very confident in the way that he moves, and he's a very, very valuable asset.
Levesque, quick shot on goal, goes wide. Left point for Jake Hazel. Caroms it around the boards for Darren Korstens. Johan Levesque with his second opportunity. Levesque walks his way out front. Riley tips it back to the point. Quick shot on goal. Monroe was down. And a nice play from Mike Tisch as the cannons go off too. Levesque winds, fires. Whistled a little bit wide. Picked up again from Hazel. Adelaide playing with some intent right now as this goes all the way back. They're not on a power play, but it kind of felt like it in the last minute or so, with Adelaide continuing their cycle and puck possession that has been so strong over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Woodman going coast to coast in behind the defense. Then Tom Monroe makes a good save on Jamie Woodman. Scooped up by Freeman. He has the puck taken away from Alistair Rye. Rye stripped him of the puck, burst down the wing, and he gets bumped away by the Adelaide defender. Stuart Cole-Clark couldn't hold the zone. Is that too many men? It might be.
Too many men. Another power play for Avalanche. Just before, when we saw Jamie Woodman rush the puck down from the defensive zone, that was purely because the Avalanche actually stretched the middle out, so they had a couple of players on the blue line, which kind of sinks back the defense of the Coast because they're looking to cover those people. And then you have the speed of Jamie Woodman, who just had a free zone entry straight through the neutral zone, and that was purely strategic by the Avalanche by stretching them out.
Draw will come off to the left as Nick Powell will get some power play time. Adelaide sending their second unit out there. Tom Sack manning the other point, so Cameron Hughes will serve the penalty for the Coast. Adelaide with a chance to get a 3-goal lead. Sack finds Alikoski, back to Tom Sack. He's got a cannon, goes through traffic. It goes off a body and wide. Steve Best chipping away down in the corner. Alikoski on the backhand. Stuart Cole-Clark draped all over him, but Alikoski, the Finn, will walk it out and find Sack at the right point. Powell down low to Best. Best on a sharp angle, scores! It's going to be waved off. Steve Best still celebrating, but it's waved off as Tom Monroe, I think, was kind of interfered with in front of the net. That's why he was down and Best had that gaping hole. It's an interference call. So I think, and not only is the goal not going to count, Adelaide's going to go to the penalty box.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion there because the ref blew the whistle, but then waved his hand down as if it were a goal on the second whistle there. But yeah, look, in terms of the positives from that power play, really good puck movement, Avalanche moving the puck up, and Coast kind of got kind of sucked in a little bit lower, so there was a lot of space out there.
It was either a stick from Freeman or Cole Clark. I don't know if we have that replay again. I don't know who actually tipped, who tripped up the goaltender there.
I don't actually know whether it was goaltender interference, was it?
Yeah, that's what it was called. They called goaltender interference, but it was a trip from an errant stick. I didn't see whose it was. It was either Freeman in front of the net, or it was Cole Clark who was tangled up there too. Their sticks kind of got tangled up, and the goaltender, Tom Monroe, was collateral damage. That's why he was down on the ice, and that's why Adelaide put it in the back of the net. But instead, it's 4-on-4 for the next minute and 33 seconds. Adelaide trying to chip this puck down low. Player knocked down pretty hard. Sharp angle shot off the side of the goal and banks off to the right point for David Harmony. Whips it over to Goris. Goris caroms it around the boards. It hops, skips, jumps into that far corner, and Coast will regain possession. Darren Corstens will be the first one there. It is still 4-on-4 play for the next minute or so. A lot of short power plays in this. Adelaide have now had 3 power plays that have lasted less than a minute, so not really able to get too much set up. Off to the left side, Goris finds the man at the point. Harmony swivels, knocks one in front of the goal. Adelaide can't knock it away. Good puck possession here from the Coast, while the teams are even-steven on the ice surface with 4 aside. Harmony through traffic. Villani gets down and he makes the save, cutting off the angle and makes that one through traffic.
Good vision there from Curtis Villani. Had a little bit of traffic in front there. And for the Coast, good possession. We haven't really seen that. It's a 4-on-4 and they're kind of working the puck around as if they're on a power play. So that was a good, a bit of flow there for the Coast, and they'll be looking to continue that.
Draw will come again to the left of Curtis Villani. And Adelaide wins the draw, tries to clear the zone, it got blocked, and Johan Levesque will take it at the center line. Finds Benson up the left wing. Still 28 seconds to go of 4-on-4 action. Monroe leaves it off behind for Matthew Kopp. Kopp has this puck taken away from him, but in support is Jonathan Ruth. Former Swedish professional player, moved to Australia about a decade ago. Had some time in the AIHL, and he pokes it forward, but he's upended by Andrew Chen. Alistair Rye there in support, and finally Matthew Kopp will come away with it for the Coast. Banks it off the right boards. Jonathan Ruth cycles it back down as now the Coast are on their second power play of the game, and this one will only last 19 seconds or less. Teams will skirmish for it in the corner. Ruth gets to the puck first. He's got a man all over him as Ruth gets chopped down to the ground by the Adelaide player. Adelaide trying to tie that puck up in the corner and not allow the Coast to set anything up. Adelaide will clear the zone just as the penalty expires, and in behind the defense is Tom Sack on the awkward angle, but he couldn't control the puck off the backboards. Tom Sack digging away down in the corner. Has the puck drift out towards the left side. Kale Costa almost walked away, but Adelaide upended him. Sack powering his way to the slot. Costa got a stick on him, but he can't clear the zone. Steele chips it towards the front of the net. Monroe had to fight the puck, and he kicks it into the corner. Best looking for Steele. Woodman chips it back down low. Best trying to battle away. Sack will take this away. Dangerous bouncing puck in the slot, and Costa trying to clear it, and Costa gets laid out by Jake Hazel. Best centering play, loose puck in the slot, and again goaltender just fighting the puck a bit, but now Costa will lead a breakout as finally the Coast will clear the puck to safety in a nervy few minutes for them. This puck will go off a body and go for icing, but my goodness, a couple opportunities for Adelaide.
Yeah, intensity is lifted. Nice hit there. You know, you don't want to let Cal Costa get out of the zone that easily, and he definitely put his body there, and some really good offensive opportunities. Just here's that hit from Hazel. Nice clean hit. Good defensive pressure, and again the support's there to keep the puck in the zone. Tom
Sack has applied a lot of pressure on the forecheck all game long. He made the move back to forward just a few games ago, and he's rewarded the team with a few points. Nice save from Curtis Villani, but a big rebound in a juicy area, and Coast almost capitalized. Long shot from the point. This time, Curtis Villani gets down and makes his 7th or 8th save of the game. He's been perfect since he's entered for Mateusz Trinka after the Coast scored on the first shot of the game.
He's done really well to step up and kind of slot right back into national level hockey. He's had some time away, and this is a great game for Curtis. I'm sure he's going to be feeling pretty good right now.
Well, I know Curtis is a guy that's been eager to prove that he can be a #1 guy in Adelaide, but he's in a very crowded goalie market, one with a lot of talent. Players like Jeremy Friedrich and Mateusz Trinka, and then Glenn Forbes-White as well has been crowding the crease, where Villani's somewhat become a bit of an afterthought, trying to say, I'm still here too. And now we know he's here because he's in between the pipes probably for the remainder of the weekend. Riley cycles it down low, looking for Johan Levesque. The mustache line, trying to get to work. Riley backhanded to the point. Alikoski through traffic. That was tipped, and Monroe did well to get a pad on it. Back to Darren Korstens. Korstens down at the half line. Korstens stops, swivels, gets it to the point for Alikoski. Alikoski creates a shooting lane, then finds Andrew Chen. Chen tried to strategically place it down low, but Monroe was up to the challenge. Jake Riley trickling his way down low. He gets knocked down hard by Emil Goris, but Darren Korstens finds Riley again. Riley has the puck stick in that corner. And finally, Coast have the puck. They'll flick it out towards the center line, and they'll get a bit of a rest, and a couple players will go off for a change. Adelaide hemmed them down deep for a while. Now Alikoski right back to it. Alikoski turning away. Centering play. Benson in the slot. Great save from Tom Monroe. The puck bounced a mile high into the air and bounced down on the stick as Jamie Woodman through the point. Another nice save from Tom Monroe. Monroe taking over these last few minutes for the Coast. Big hit laid by Benson. Here's Woodman, enters the zone, backhanded play. That one goes a little bit wide. Woodman has looked offensively threatening tonight. Julian Friedwig cycles it, looking for Freeman. Benson couldn't quite find the puck. It goes all the way back, and Jake Hazel will play it to himself. Hazel off to the left side, looking for Benson. Benson centering play. Freeman was charging towards the net, but the puck hopped over his tape. Freeman cycling around down low, looks to the right side. He finds Jake Hazel. Hazel trying to fire a shot, and that gets knocked away. And with a Coast player hitting the deck, I think that might be a penalty coming to add. No, penalty coming to who? Someone.
Well, Curtis was kind of coming off as if it were a penalty against the Coast, but I'm not sure that's the case. We've got Benson having a conversation with the refs there. But just on Avalanche play there, they've got a really good connect. They're playing really well down low, but they're linking in the defense really well. They're moving the puck. It's flowing nicely. They've got plenty of opportunities. This is a great period for Avalanche in the way that they're playing.
Adelaide switched to that 4-man defense crew a few games ago, and do you like having that, knowing that you only have 4 defensemen?
I'm all about a 4-defenseman lineup. I do love having your better players out on the ice more, and if they've got the capacity to do so, absolutely.
There's a few elements to go to that, including fitness and are you even able to do it, but Adelaide's 4 defense people have done that very well so far. There's one of them, Jamie Woodman, trying to kill off the first few seconds of the Coast power play by knocking this into the zone. But Cale Costa with speed from behind his own net. In a blink of the eye, he's through the middle of the ice, and he's back behind the Adelaide goal. A complete wraparound for the Coast star. He finds the import, Emil Goris, through traffic. That was blocked by an man, and Kuleshov had the goalie beat, but he sent the puck wide. Goris back at the point. Dishes it off to Costa, who fired, and Captain Korstens with the shot block and knocks it away, and he'll charge off the ice feeling ginger, I'm sure, as he blocked a Cale Costa rocket. Stretching out the defense, Costa at the center line, dishes it off to Emil Goris. Goris in over the line, swivels to the left side, fires one through, and swiping up and making the save is Curtis Villani.
Good save from Curtis. He'll be happy with that. It's a good feeling, I'm sure, to have the puck in your glove when the other team's on a power play. But yeah, great offensive pressure from Darren Korstens earlier as well. Here's that shot for Curtis, straight in the glove. But that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see someone like Korstens blocking a shot and then getting a stick on it and getting out of the zone to waste some time.
Played around from Jake Hazel, and all the way behind the defense is Johan Levesque, goaltender, going to play it, and Tom Monroe just evades the attacking forward while shorthanded. Jake Hazel pinches in, turns, and he's just going to play this safely in behind the Coast goal. 42 seconds to go on the power play. It is the Coast third power play of the game. They are currently 0 for 2. Costa walks into the zone, chipped all the way out. They try to get a shot on net. It goes right to the stick of Johan Levesque, who will play it down, and it'll be easy playing for Tom Monroe, who has been the best player in this period, you would suggest, on either of the teams, keeping it a 3-1 game. 20 shots to 9 for Adelaide. Adelaide dominating the puck possession and now the shots on goal. Although the Coast have had a few nice sequences. Shorthanded Tom Sack. He'll enter the zone, fire a shot, kicked aside by Tom Monroe, and Sack again on the second chance opportunity as Mackenzie Hughes picks this one up, or Cameron Hughes rather, plays it forward. Alistair Rye, the captain, in behind the defense, team's back to full strength. No goals this period. All 4 of the game's goals came in the first. It's still 3-1.
Good containment there from Andrew Chen. It's just a little thing sometimes that can be very, very important. So that was a loose puck in the offensive zone, and Andrew just contained him and then kind of pinched him off into the boards, and then it's obviously sunken underneath there. But a face-off, but a really good play. Just those the micro parts that people are doing, you know.
Draw to the left of Curtis Bellotti. Puck pops out in an awkward spot. Glove down, turn, fire. Harmony swung and missed. Looked like a baseball player. He was swinging. He had an open lane, and it was a good opportunity, but he couldn't quite find the puck. A blind shot, though, at it. Former Hungarian national team player Harmony plays it forward. Kept in by Nicola Powell. Mackenzie Bolger off the wing, and Powell just backhands this off the backboards and out of play. But now Nicola Powell is finally getting those feet moving, and this is his first time playing a full game of national level hockey in 5 or 6 years too.
Yeah, that was a nice bit of contact there from Powell, and that was, you know, provided the opportunity to be able to keep it into the zone, and now they've got a face-off in the offensive zone. So again, just the little things.
Nicola Powell, one of the guys in the ice hockey community that just likes to take care of the people around him. He owns a very well-known restaurant in town in Adelaide, some great Italian food. And as Freeman fires a shot, nice save from Tom Monroe. But I was going to say, if you are 21 years and younger and you play hockey at a decent level in Adelaide, you probably work at that restaurant. He'd just give them all jobs.
I'd say you're about right.
Playing around the corner is Best. Looking for Nicola Powell. Powell trying to knock the puck off Tom Cross. Cross will play it forward, but Alexei Alikoski, he's been a nice addition to this team, will play it in behind the goal. Harmony cuts off his man, plays it around, and Nicola Powell is there on the forecheck. Powell centering play. The puck popped in a dangerous area in the slot. Now Powell picks it up again. Powell on the backhand, plays it forward as a nice pass to Steve Best. Best, Alikoski, and that got through everybody and hit the backboards. Powell back to the right point. Woodman couldn't quite contain it, and he'll have to go and grab the puck with Emil Goris all over him, and Woodman just turns into him and picks up the puck himself. But a good second effort from the two imports, Goris and Tisch, and it's Tisch with a shot on net. It goes off Belani's pad, and Adelaide will just clear it to safety in the form of Steve Best. Woodman almost intercepted. Here comes the Swede, Jonathan Ruth. Ruth powering to the outside. Alikoski is there in support, and Adelaide looking a little scrambly, just trying to find their legs in their own end. Woodman settles it down, plays the puck forward, looking for Friedrich. Friedrich off to the left side. That puck drifted away as it's grabbed again by Jamie Woodman. Jake Hazel skates this one back. Hazel finds Woodman. Woodman lobs it forward, and it's gloved down from David Harmony, and it's turned over. Nathaniel Benson fires one on net, and another nice save from Tom Monroe, who's now made 13 saves this period.
Yeah, just a bit of a rush puck release from the defense there. Even just the pressure that Julian Friedrich's placing there, and just a blind pass, and then you've got someone like Nat Benson there to collect. Another thing as well is just the rushes from Woodman and Oleski and Hazel, and we're missing forwards. The Avalanche are missing forwards, but it's the defense that are jumping up to help create that offensive pressure still.
Hazel fires a shot on goal. He had Monroe turned away, but he blockered that in behind the goal. Corstens, backhanded play back to Jamie Woodman. Woodman wants a goal tonight, you can tell. Woodman walks the line, fires one through, and through traffic, Monroe somehow saw it. He's putting together a really nice period now. Levesque tips it down low. The mojo line getting things going once again. Levesque throws his body at one player, and he's going to get penalized for it. And then Jake Riley came in and cleaned up Alistair Rye. And now Darren Corstens getting involved, but a late hit from Jake Riley after the initial penalty, and things getting physical. And the Coast are going to go to the power play for the 4th time today.
Bit of heat in it now. So obviously Levesque had a bit of a high hit. I don't think it was intentional. And then Jake's come and followed through and caused a little bit of a rustle. But everyone's still looking pretty happy out there. A bit of intent. You're going to see that in a game. These are important games this weekend. So big hit.
So Johan Levesque for sure has one.
Actually be 4-on-4, because I know that Cal Costa got a glove into Darren Corstens' face there as a bit of retaliation, so that may have some implications, or maybe not.
It looks like there's 5 Coast players on the rink and 4 for Adelaide, so I think it's as simple as that. It'll be a 2-minute advantage or less for the Coast. They are operating at 15% entering the game. They are 0 for 3 right now. Draw one cleanly by Costa. Tish fans on the shot, and here comes Jake Riley, who was almost away shorthanded. Jake Riley scored a shorthanded goal in Brisbane with his team down 2-1 in the last half of the 3rd period to send the game to overtime. Jake Riley has another goal tonight. He's got goals in 3 straight games now, Jake Riley, as Costa enters wide, tried to go up high. It was a quick release. But when Jake Riley starts to heat up, think good things are going to happen to this Adelaide team. He scored in 3 straight games. He's now got 6 goals. It's starting to come together for Jake.
Yeah, he was playing his role at the start of the season, but then we started to see him develop and play more into his role in the way that he plays naturally, and he's got a great burst of speed. He can finish the puck, and he's found his little niche with his line now. And I think once you've found your niche and your line mates, you can really start to settle in and make things happen.
Tish knocks it around the boards. It's bouncing and bumbling all the way into that dead man corner. And the puck was freeze. I think it went underneath the board slightly. So with 1:28 to go in the power play, we'll get a stoppage in play.
One thing that Avalanche are doing really well, even on the PK, and we spoke about this at the start of the game, was how they're going to control the middle of the ice. Now, Coast haven't had that many shots on, and if you actually watch, they're clogging up the middle of the ice, which is forcing the Coast wide, and then you've got people like Jamie Woodman, Jake Hazel, Andrew Chen, who are really good at manoeuvring and keeping people wide and limiting the shots. So good job by Avalanche in terms of cluttering the middle of the ice there.
Adelaide chipping it back down low. Mike Tish has a man bounce off of him. Jamie Woodman tried to hit him, and he fell down himself. $1:15 to go on the power play. Tish down on the backhand, working down on the cycle, powering his way around. And he'll play it down for David Harmony. All the big guns out there right now. Coast missing also their import Ludik Sternad, so 2 big outs for them. Adelaide missing 6 players. Shot through traffic, and Villani makes the save. Well, Villani getting an opportunity, and he is trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, he had good vision in that moment, and again, the shots out wide. You want shots out wide because it's going to give the goalie an opportunity, to see it. And Woodman's clearing out the middle there. Shots out wide all day for Curtis. He'll be happy with that. Mike
Tish takes the draw. Important possession here for the Coast, who have been outshot 21-10 before this power play started. Adelaide's had the bulk of the scoring opportunities. Tom Monroe has kept this a 3-1 game. If the Coast can score, cut the lead in half, and make it a one-shot game going into the break, you'd be feeling pretty good from a Coast perspective. Off the draw, though, Jake Riley will go up the wing, and Riley trying to get around Costa, and he does. Riley short-handed scores! Riley burns around Costa, and he puts the puck in the back of the net. It's his 2nd goal of the game. It's shorthanded, and it's 4-1.
almost like deja vu from last week on a shorthanded goal by Jake Riley, and you cannot leave him to jump on an open puck like that. His speed is amazing and a great finish there, just intent.
Right there on your screen is two of the most exciting players in Australian ice hockey, Cale Costa and Jake Riley, and Costa's already scored this game, but Riley won that battle.
Yeah, he did, and that's just pure intent around the puck. Nice low blocker goal. Yeah, well done, Jake Riley.
Two goals for Jake Riley. He's starting to heat up, and Adelaide will like that. He's scored shorthanded goals in back-to-back games. He scored 2 today. He cleaned up a nice rebound created by Darren Korstens. And Adelaide now looking for more shorthanded. Nathaniel Benson is lurking around the net. Benson walks in, and that was a save that Tom Munro needed to make.
Once again, Coast have done a blind pass, so they've had a bit of pressure on them. They've thrown the puck away with no real intent. And again, Nate Benson is the person to collect up the scraps and be able to get a scoring opportunity. So Coast are going to need to clean that up defensively. It's not something that they want to allow Avalanche to continue having.
Nathaniel Benson grinding away against Jack Ransom. Ransom wins the draw. One last chance for the Coast to try to clean up something on this power play. 10 seconds to go. Freeman skating back. It should be an easy clear, but it isn't, as it's kept in by Mackenzie Bolger, but the team's coming to full strength now. Coast really do need a goal. Next goal so important. And the Coast have the puck in a dangerous area. Sayers down low, rebound in front, back on the slot, off the post! They just beat Curtis Villani, but they couldn't find the back of the net. Coast looking dangerous there. Working back down low, Sayers gets tied up, and Adelaide lobs this forward back towards the blue line, and is grabbed by David Harmody. Harmody onto the right, tip forward. And Adelaide up 4-1, 23 minutes to go. No matter what happens, even if Adelaide lose this game, they're still going to remain the only team in the league that in all 15 games they've played, they've had opportunities to win every one of them. There's been no blowouts on Adelaide's end. Yeah,
they're doing well to contain here. I think the post is definitely on the side of Avalanche today. That's the third post for the Coast.
This period, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shot on goal, fighting that is Curtis Villani. Pad comes up, he gets down, he's on his back. Did he make the save? It's on the goal line. And Curtis Villani, I think, kept the puck out of the net.
Rebounds have been a riot all day on both ends. Munro's given some juicy rebounds. Curtis has given a few out, and it's really important that the D are there to clean things up, and you've got two guys there doing that. So lucky for Curtis, they've got some support around the puck.
Adelaide's defensive core has been very good as of late. Coast have had a few opportunities this period. And a shot, there's another one, but Goris's shot got blocked by, I think it was Alexei Alikoski in front of the net. He was just testing out his stick to see if it still works after that. And now Tish strips him of the puck, goes all the way back to the point, and Stuart Cole Clark will play this behind the goal, and the Coast will have to re-enter and reform the attack. But Alikoski will skate this one out to the center line. Alikoski enters the zone. He's in tight. Alikoski tries to go up high. Munro makes a save. Rebound on the doorstep. Munro trying to find it, and he got a pad on it as Alikoski almost created something from nothing.
Once again, the defense is stepping up and driving the puck when the opportunities come, and you've seen that with both Woodman, Anileski, and even Jake Hazel earlier. So that is a really important thing for Avalanche today with those 4 players missing. The defense are doing a good job.
Alikoski and Woodman both on different defense lines, and that's probably for good reason. Both tremendous at carrying the puck out of their own end and pushing the pace of play. And Adelaide has one of those players on the ice at all times. Back at the point, Alikoski trying to hold the line. He got beat this time by Alistair Rye, the young captain. Fires a sharp angle shot. It's above in the air. It was an awkward rebound, and Villani recovered nicely to get a second save. Villani just fighting the puck a little bit now as this second period has gone on. Pass off to the left side, and it goes all the way down in behind the goal. Rye chips this forward. It's a 2-on-1, and Cale Costa's there with Ruth. Costa cutting towards the middle of the ice. Costa through traffic, rebound in front. Villani diving over, off the post again. The fourth post from the Coast. Villani was down and out. and he's going to keep the puck out of the net by any means necessary.
Got lucky.
Did he make that save?
He did. He got a glove to that, so Cal Costa held onto the puck, got a nice shot off.
Oh, what a save from him. Oh, my goodness.
That's 2 gloves in one play.
Curtis Villani, it's hard to see from the end of the rink that we're on if he made that glove save, but Curtis Villani, yeah, it hit the post, but Villani had a lot to do with why it hit the post.
He's stepping up.
Curtis Villani making a series of big saves late. Out goes Nathaniel Benson, powering up the ice. He gets in behind the defense. Monroe slashes this into the corner. Up back to Jamie Woodman. Well, this will be Curtis Villani's first game in who knows how long of him playing 60-minute stop time. So it's 2.5 hours of focus you need as a goalie. He'd be used to playing that local league run time of just those hour-and-a-half games. As Benson in tight, takes the puck away. Lash, what a save! Tom Monroe. Oh my goodness, he was out of position, but he makes 2 big pad saves in on Nathaniel Benson, and Tom Monroe, affectionately known as Tom Lash in the Australian ice hockey community, makes 2 big saves on Benson.
Yeah, he's Tom Monroe's letting his defense know he wasn't really happy with that. It's a little crowded, a little chaotic for him, and but again, on the Avalanche side, that line is generating a lot of offense. Nat Benson's line, he's heading that line, and it's looking really nice.
Jaw off the draw, Best trying to find the puck. It's David Harmony that will backhand this, looking for Goris. Under a minute to play, Adelaide with the only goal of this period. They scored the last forward, make it 5. Sack attack. He's got a rocket, and it was just launched to the back of the net. It's 5-1.
Great finish from Sack. And again, that's Avalanche creating space in their zone. A blind pass, another blind pass out by the coast, and again, capitalize. One-timer shot. Lovely finish.
His shot is ridiculous.
Eric Lean said it the other week, he's got a bold shot. But again, that's a blind pass out by coast. That's the 3rd one, and this time Avalanche have capitalized.
So Adelaide have extended their lead. They're out shooting the Coast 27-16. Coast scored on the first shot of the hockey game. Adelaide have scored the next 5 goals, and they're doing it with their backup's backup in between the pipes. Stuart Cole Clark off to the left side. He'll lob one in on Villani, and he just had to fight and kick that one into the corner. 30 seconds to go. Well, not long ago, the Coast had a power play with 4 minutes to go and a chance to slice the lead in half and feel good. They had some offensive pressure, but a shorthanded goal from Jake Riley and Tom Sack capitalizing off a turnover has turned this game from one that's in the balance to Adelaide in a commanding position heading into the second period, or second intermission rather. Here's Alikoski, centering play, fanned on the shot. Friedrich tried to get it off, rebound in tight. Alikoski broke his stick on the shot, and he can't believe it. That's expensive.
You know what? He knew that stick was going to break, because when he blocked the shot earlier, he was testing his stick, and now that's just done the deal there.
He's got a big goofy smile on his face because he knows, doesn't he?
Yeah, that shot block earlier has done that for him.
Well, it is Adelaide in command of this one now. The game had a nice little pushback from the Coast in the midsection of that second period, but the real backbreaker was that Jake Riley shorthanded goal.
Yeah, and again, like on a PK, when you score a shorthanded goal, that's a momentum shift. The team's going to gain a lot of confidence from that, and then from there they've built. So that was a key moment at the end of the period for the Avalanche.
Adelaide lead 5-1. We'll be back with a third period in about 10-11 minutes. We'll see you then. Adelaide with a commanding 5-1 lead. They had a 3-1 lead after the first period, and they scored 2 more in the second, but they were late period goals. Adelaide's in a good spot. Here are some of the highlights from the game already as we welcome you back to the broadcast. Eric Ballner, Tash Ferrier calling the action. Look, Tom Munro did a really good job of keeping it just a 3-1 game until late in the period, but it was a shorthanded Jake Riley goal and then a Tom Sack mark that really was the difference in that period, wasn't it?
It was, and that's just capitalising on mistakes of the Coast. So a bit of physicality there, but just some blind passes from the Coast, and Avalanche are jumping on those opportunities. And we've looked at the defence for the Avalanche stepping in and kind of filling the gap for those forwards that are missing. There's a lot of offensive pressure developed by the defence.
Jake Riley with 2 goals and an assist. Adelaide was kind of looking for that player to grab the reins of that top goal scorer, and on paper it should be Jake Riley. It hadn't quite materialized, although the last couple weeks Jake has really come out of his shell a bit, and 3 points already tonight. He
settled in really nicely, and I think sometimes it's the people that you have around you that can bring the best out in you, and with Corstens and Levesque on that line, it's a really good combo. They can read each other really well, and they're developing a lot as a line, so good combination.
The big story in this game is Curtis Volani. You can talk about all the other storylines, but with Jeremy Friedrich overseas right now with the under-20 national team and 3 other Avalanche players at that, Matusz Trinka coming off an injury on the first shot he faced. It found the back of the net. He went down awkwardly. So Curtis Volani, who had just been training for the last couple weeks, he's back in the game, and now Curtis Volani, who is probably the most talented Volani of all the Volanis in South Australia, is doing pretty well in the first 2 periods.
Yeah, look, he stepped up today. They needed him to step up, and it was really handy that they'd got a goal after the first conceded one, and they've really just held the fort there, and Volani's made some really big saves. There's been some rebounds that are popping out, but he's got the backup of the defense, and he's having a big game, and the Avalanche will be grateful for that.
5-1 lead, so he's got a margin to error to play with right now. Curtis Volani in net. He's been waiting for an opportunity for a while, and it came in the most unlikely of times and places. I'm sure if you told Curtis Volani you'd be playing for a Pacific Hockey League team at the end of July on a weekend where, he might have the net tomorrow when Adelaide may have a chance to clinch finals for the first time in a decade. Do you think Curtis Volani would have thought he would have been the goalie for those games?
No, I don't think he would have thought anything. He probably didn't expect this at all, but he's done a really good job just stepping in and adjusting, and yeah, he's fit right now. We spoke about that earlier.
Benson off the draw, fires one down low, and it goes into the corner. Jonathan Ruth trying to pick this one up. Adelaide, another balanced scoring attack. All 3 lines have had contributions for it. A lot of depth on this Adelaide team, a team that's missing 6 players, now 7 players, and they still have 3-4 forward lines, a quality goalie, and a full defense group of pairings. Kale Costa trying to lead the comeback, long shot from the point. We know this Coast team does not quit. They have come back from awkward positions before, and a couple early goals could turn the tail of this game. Back in their own end, though, Emil Goris gets pushed off the puck. Coast still entering the weekend 6 points back of Brisbane, who are playing Melbourne this weekend for that final spot. Now, keep in mind, Coast and Brisbane play each other 4 times to end the season in a row. So it's going to be effectively a playoff series regardless of what happens for a spot on the finals. But the Coast would love to be right even par with them entering the weekend and not chasing points.
Yeah, look, they've done a really good job just developing over the season. They had a bit of a slow start, but we spoke about them. They've got a young team, but they've really come together, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with, and they've demonstrated to every team that they have the capacity to do something leading into finals.
Big shout out to all of the national team players right now that are involved with both Coast and Adelaide that are watching from their hotel rooms in Vancouver right now in training camp. That's Dmitry Kuleshov, and then Ben Hanberg, Danny Chen, the dog Noah Maley, and of course Jeremy Friedrich, the reigning PHL Player of the Week. Draw off to the left side. Ransom down low, centering play in a dangerous area. Ivan Kuleshov, he's one of the most skilled up-and-coming players in the country. He just had a remarkable Tange tournament. This puck gets knocked back behind the goal. grabbed by Jake Hazel, plays it around the boards. Darren Korstens trying to find a man in the center line. It's Johan Levesque. Nice play. Jake Riley fires a shot on net. He was looking for that hat trick. Adelaide hasn't had a player score a hat trick yet this season. A few players with multi-point games. We'll see if Jake Riley can be the first one in Avalanche history as the puck goes all the way down for icing.
Good leave by Curtis there. So Coast had a bit of a big shift. They were looking to change, but now those players are actually going to have to stay on the ice, and Avalanche will be looking to sustain that pressure and continue the possession in the offensive zone. So unlucky for Coast on that one, but they're going to have a tired line out there.
Draw again will be Nicola Powell. Powell and Curtis Villani also good buddies. There's a few Red Wings hockey players that I'm sure would be loving this moment for their goalie. Alexei Alikoski centering players. A nice pass to Tom Sack, who's already got a goal today. Puck goes down and around the corner. Here's Steve Best. Best fires one in on goal, and then Nicola Powell picks up the scraps in the corner. Steve Best working on the wraparound. That puck gets taken away. It's grabbed by Tom Sack once again. Sack trying to chip this one out to the point. Scooped up by Nick Powell. Powell to Sack. Sack centering play to Andrew Chen. Chen creates some space. Good save getting the glove down low from Tom Monroe as Adelaide now over 30 shots on the night.
They'll be looking to continue this offensive effort. They're doing a really good job being patient with the puck, trying to get some high percentage shots on the net. Nice low ones, taking advantage of the rebounds that are popping out, so they'll look to continue that.
Benson settles in for the draw. Julian Friedrich got tied up by David Harmody, who will turn, swivel, and try to get it around the opposite ends of the boards. Here's Emil Goris. Adelaide entering this game was 4-0 versus the Coast on the season. They just seem to have their number a little bit on the air. This is the last 2 times they'll play this season. Adelaide's already won the season series. Costa fires a shot down low. It's a pad save once again from Villani. Now awkward spot down low. Villani, what a save! Curtis Villani makes another stop. Almost a blind reaction. And Curtis Villani, maybe his best save yet, and he made that good one at the end of the period. Here comes Tish again. Villani poke checks this one away. Tish hounding for the puck in the corner. Hazel on him. Tish goes down awkwardly. Tish lands back on the puck. Team still trying to fish that one out of there. Goes back to the point for Cale Costa. Costa turns away. Costa in tight. Walks in. Villani gets down. 2 big saves from Curtis Villani. Villani with a stretch making 3 huge stops for Adelaide to keep Coast off the scoreboard. My goodness, probably his best sequence yet for Curtis Villani. Adelaide will try to go the other way. Freeman gets tripped up, sends a centering play up the ice. Coast touch it up, and Villani weathers the storm. Adelaide draw a penalty, and this is going to look good on the replays, I think.
Avalanche will be happy with that. That was fantastic by Curtis. Just a heads-up play, nice lateral movement. Just really shut down Cal Costa, one of their better players, and yeah, look at that. Nice glove.
And then he makes the saves on the other end of the doorstep coming out of that sequence in the corner.
Yeah, he's having a good game today. I think that just shows how dangerous Cal Costa is, though. Just his patience carrying the puck around, and yeah, just here, nice, open the hips up, really patient, heads up play, nice hard shot, and you know, obviously great save by Curtis, but that just shows how dangerous Cal Costa can be.
Yeah, that was something out of nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing there.
He's a danger player.
Adelaide will head to their 5th power play of the game. They haven't really had a full 2 minutes on any of their power plays, it feels like. They have scored on one of them, though. Sayers will serve the penalty. So Adelaide, one more goal and you figure this game is kind of put to bed.
They'll be looking to put it away.
Off the draw, Benson tries to chip it over the shoulder of Tom Monroe, and teams will go and battle it away in the corner. Puck gets jammed underneath that awkward Zamboni board. Every rink in this country seems to have a spot where the puck slides under the boards. It happened a few times in Brisbane over the weekend. In Adelaide, it's that corner where the Zamboni is. Yeah,
if you want to waste time on a regular club game, you shuffle the puck into there, and then you'll get a nice face-off. It takes 30 seconds off the time sometimes.
Is that the cheat code? The Tigers cheat code?
Yeah, just chuck it in the end zone there, and you're good to go.
Don't give away all your tricks, Tash.
Have a rest.
That's just a veteran move. I'm tired. Line change. Long stretch ahead. Kale Costa just missed that. Costa's still with that motor. Team down 5-1, and Costa is just hounding away at this puck, and he almost creates that away. Costa, you'd figure, would be an absolute shoo-in for the Australian national team, that selection coming in. It would be a ludicrous world if Costa was left off that team for any reason at all.
I can't see that happening.
Here's Johan Levesque down low with a penalty being drawn once again. Adelaide going to go to a 5-on-3. This back on the left point, kept in by Benson. Benson whips it over to Alikoski. Alikoski, backdoor pass, rebound, Levesque. He missed an open net. Johan Levesque, he scores a lot of goals. He'd want that one back. He's already scored tonight, so he's had a good game. But Adelaide going on a 5-on-3.
That was a really nice opportunity. Obviously, Curtis was pulled off. They had the extra player there, but nice backdoor pass. Oh, a few good opportunities there, hey?
It's like Johan, he scores all these goals in tough angles, good places, one-timers. He gets the open net, wide left.
He's got to be complex. It's got to be hard. He's got to meet the challenge. Avalanche are going to be looking to get lots of possession now on a 5-on-3, so we haven't seen this today yet.
Freeman heading out there to take the draw. Freeman playing tonight. Josh Bortignon will take his place in the lineup tomorrow. Freeman kicks it off to the left side. Best tries to hold the line. It goes back to Alikoski. He whips it off towards the right side for Tom Sack. Sack trying to pinch his way down low. Sack off to Best. Best finds a man in Alikoski. Alikoski back down low for Stevie Best. Best, Alikoski, 47 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Good opportunity for the Avalanche to put this game to bed. Last time they had a 5-on-3, it was for a full 2 minutes in Brisbane and a chance to anchor the game. They didn't unscore. Brisbane came back and they won. Not to bring up any bad memories or anything. See Best. Long pass ahead. Alikoski behind the defense. Dishes it off. Fires a shot at Tom Monroe. Oh, no, it's not Tom Monroe. I don't think it is Tom Monroe. He makes a nice save. He gets the pad down on it. Adelaide battling away back down in the corner. Here's Alikoski. Alikoski's got more and more confident as these games have gone by. This is his first games at a senior men's level, playing against people that are, 15, 20 years older than him, bigger than him, stronger than him. Adelaide down low, chipping away. A good power move from Zach Steele. Has already scored a goal, but the first of the penalties comes to an end. It's just 5-on-4. Sack through traffic, tip. That one trickled a little bit wide. Back down low, centering play. Steele looking for someone in the coast. Will clear the zone, and this bounces past Steve Best. And it's 5-on-4. Sayers will chase this one down as Best cuts him off. Adelaide will get a full suite of changes on. Still 30 seconds to go on the power play. Adelaide on the verge of going 1 for 6 on the day if they can't score here. Corstens down low with some speed. He's got 2 assists already tonight. Back for Benson, and Benson just missed the mark. Levesque on the right side. He's got Woodman at the point. He dishes down low to Jake Riley. 2 goals already tonight. One of them shorthanded. Riley kicks it around the corner. Goris tries to chip it forward. He finds Mike Tisch as there's only 5 seconds to go on the power play. And the Coast did a good job of killing that one off. Adelaide still with possession. Woodman bouncing puck from the point goes into the corner. And the Coast will chip it off the boards. Well, Adelaide up 5-1. Villani making 15 saves so far. Harmony trying to solve the riddle right here. He's back behind the goal. Nice play and good stop again from Curtis Villani on the doorstep.
Coast will be happy with that. You've just had a 5-on-3. You've killed it off. You've then killed off the last of your penalty kill. That was a nice opportunity, little short side pass, and good stop from Curtis there. But that's the kind of stuff that Coast will be happy to see. Just the little wins in killing off the penalty kill.
Draw will come off to the left of Curtis Villani.
Nice short side pass there. I love a short side pass.
Is that your go-to?
I do enjoy it. They're nice to watch.
Off the draw again. Alikoski plays it along the right side. Friedrich centering play. Tipped off the left boards. Chipped forward by Ivan Kuleshov. And Adelaide will regain possession before the Coast repossess. And this goes in behind the goal. I think that one's an icing call.
Yeah, a bit of frustration from the Coast. They weren't happy. They're trying to obviously find their feet here, and they've come off a nice penalty kill, but they're wanting to generate something. They're wanting to get those scoring opportunities, and they're not quite coming at this point.
Well, time is not becoming the friend here of the Coast Ice Hockey Club. Still 12:23 to go, but they need a goal every 3 minutes to tie this game up and stop Adelaide from scoring at all costs. Still possible, but it's becoming more unlikely as every minute passes. Julian Friedrich with the puck in the corner, serving as Adelaide's 10th forward today in the lineup. Nicola Powell backing away at the puck, chipped out towards the right point. Andrew Chen plays it down low and is grabbed by Stuart Cole-Clark, who chips it off the boards, and it's kept in from Nicola Powell once again. Powell keeping that forecheck alive. Good puck possession here from Adelaide. Powell chips it towards the net, and it's stopped in front of the goal, and it should finally be cleared, but it isn't. Alikoski finding Friedrich in the slot. Friedrich using that big 16-year-old body to try to get a shot on net. It's thrown on the face of the goal and goes in behind. Chipping in off the point, Nathaniel Benson turning, trying to find something in the corner. He finds his local club hockey teammate in Julian Friedrich. Adelaide on the wraparound. Monroe on the back door makes the save, and a player just got dumped in the corner, and they're very slow to get up. I think that's Zach Steele. It is. He'll be fine. Slow to get up, but looking okay.
Good possession in the offensive zone for Adelaide there. Just that consistent forecheck, and they're backing each other up and trying to keep it in the zone there. And they'll be looking to do that, continuing down to try and hold their lead. They don't want to be giving up any goals now. And, goals aren't the key right now. It's just holding the lead. So they'll be looking to hold possession as much as possible.
Yeah, it makes it really tough for a comeback to happen if you don't have the puck.
100%.
Nathaniel Benson, go figure, right? Benson versus Tisch in the face-off circle. Adelaide wins the draw cleanly, and they'll bank this in, and they'll go back to that forecheck that's worked really well all night long. Off the board again. Coast up the center of the ice. Here's Mike Tisch from Cleveland, Ohio. Centering play. Goris on the one-timer. It trickled wide. Goris looking for the rebound off the backstop. The Belgian gets this puck tipped away from him. Adelaide draped all over him. They should be able to clear, and they'll just smart play, put it to the center of the ice, out of danger, and allow Mike Tisch to reload for the Coast. Tisch knocks one into the corner. Jonathan Ruth giving chase. Ruth on the backhand, tries to find Cale Costa. He scored on the first shot of the game. Adelaide scored the next 5 cents. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. 1 shorthanded, 1 on the power play, 2 from Jake Riley. And this was Adelaide's backup goalie playing net. And Costa had that knocked away from a nice defensive effort as Nathaniel Benson will go the other way. He throws a stick in the other direction too, and then Benson just got run over, and there's going to be a penalty for that one as Benson entered the zone and got decked from behind. Harmony just got laid out by the big, tough guy, the toughest guy on the team. It's seeming like Tom Sack. He's been laying it out all night long.
Bit of retaliation there, but he's got a penalty there because there was no intent on the puck. The whole reason for body checking is to get puck possession. He was not trying to get puck possession, so Sachs just let him know that wasn't okay.
So Costa is the one that's going to get the penalty for the hit on Benson, and it comes right after Benson had a nice job on a great back check just moments before, taking away a shot opportunity from him.
Yeah, then it created an odd man rush as well up the ice, so yeah.
So Harmony's getting the penalty. I thought the penalty was going to be on Costa, who checked into Nathaniel Benson. Oh well, still a penalty. Adelaide up 5-1. Another power play opportunity. They're 1 for 6 on the day. They just failed to score on the 5-on-3.
The possession's been there, just the finish hasn't been there. So hopefully they can sort that out now.
Feels weird to say because you're totally right, but the finish hasn't been there in a game where they've scored 5 goals with 10 minutes to go in the game.
On the power play,
though. On the power play, yeah.
Corson's just having a conversation with the ref team, obviously just trying to clarify some of the ins and outs of that series of body checking and whatever it was that they've been called for.
Well, now Goris and Corsten's exchanging some words as well. It's good to see Jake O'Brien get into the officiating side of things as well. Can always use more referees and lines people in this game.
Very true.
Benson will take the draw versus Mike Tisch. Adelaide looking to ice this hockey game. And if they can ice this game, tomorrow could potentially be a massive party at the Ice Arena with a chance to clinch finals. Korstens playing the puck down low. Has the puck bounce off of him. Korstens looking for Levesque. Instead it chips out towards the left point. Kept in by Alexei Alikoski. Alikoski playing it down low. Levesque centering play. Looking for Nathaniel Benson. Benson's trying to stay strong on the puck. And it's finally just powered out by the Coast. And Adelaide will reload. Darren Korstens almost blows an edge. And he gives it away to Jonathan Ruth. Picked up by Nathaniel Benson. Benson almost gives this away too, but he gets it up to Alexei Alikoski. Alikoski walks in, fires a shot that was blocked by Braden Costa, who's just looking so much more confident than the start of the season. Centering play, Korstens, nice touch pass. Riley fires a shot again, blocked by Braden Costa, who's put together a nice little penalty-killing shift, but he couldn't clear the zone. Here's Nathaniel Benson. Over to Jake Riley. Riley walks in, centering play, looking for Alikoski. It's intercepted, and Tisch will clear to the center line off of Nathaniel Benson, and Adelaide will send their next power play unit out there. Nathaniel Benson will walk his way off the left side. He finds Stevie Best. Best dangles once, dangles twice, and drops it off to Riley. Looking for that hat trick. Riley in a dangerous area, dishes off to Stevie Best, and it goes off his skating in the corner. David Harmony trying to chip this one out, but Zach Steele gets there first. Steele trying to find Freeman, who just entered onto the ice, but it goes back into the neutral zone for Jamie Woodman, who will push it off to the right side, and the puck goes off a body and over the boards. So Adelaide not looking like they'll score on this power play. That's probably the one area to be desired in a 1-for-7 game so far with the man advantage.
At least with a 5-1 win, it's not as important. So we spoke about earlier, if it was going to be a close game, then the special teams were going to have to play a big part in it, but they've managed to kind of dominate this game for today, and yeah, they'd be pretty happy with a 5-1.
Both teams enter this game winners of 5 of their last 6. The two hottest teams in the PHL going toe-to-toe. And Adelaide on the verge of saying it's 6 of 7, which sounds a bit better than 5 of 6, and not quite as, a bit better than 5 of 7. Left side, Zach Steele tips it forward. Penalty comes to an end, so the Coast back to full strength. Now they really need to push. They need a goal every 2 minutes. Cale Costa might be able to deliver it. Fires a shot. That got fanned. He got dumped to the ice after he took the shot. Tisch with a bit of intent. Fires one through traffic. They're just trying to get something on goal, but it's blocked by Zach Steele. Goes up the ice. Steele tries to dangle around Costa, and it's shipped back towards the point. Setting their big guns out there, Costa, Goris, and Tisch all on the ice at the same time. If there's people that can score some goals, that is the crew that probably could do it. Costa hemmed down to the ground, and he still gets the shot off, and he's drawn a penalty. So if the Coast had some faint hope, they killed off a 5-on-3. They killed off another power play. 7:39 to go. Adelaide's backup goalie in net. Adelaide's depth being tested a little bit. It's not out of the question if they score here. A comeback could happen. It's just extremely unlikely.
If you look at it from a special teams lens, Coast would be pretty happy because the amount of penalty kills that they've had, they've done a really good job to keep the puck out of the net. This is their kind of first power play in a little while. They'll be looking to set it up and hopefully get some sustained possession in the offensive zone. Unfortunately, that was just a bit of a trip from young Julian Friedrich, and you don't like to see that, but at this point in the game, hopefully they can kill it off for their sake. But yeah, Coast will definitely be looking to kind of capitalize on this because they definitely need it.
Everyone you'd expect from the Coast on the ice: Jonathan Ruth, Cale Costa, David Harmony, Emil Goris, and Mike Tisch, all on the rink. Not one of these players. Oh, Cale Costa, the only Australian-born player on the ice right now. Coast trying to do this, and here comes Jake Riley. He's already scored one shorthanded goal today. Can he make it 2? Riley evades a hit and gets the puck down deep. That was all really the mission was, and it goes all the way back to Alexei Alikoski, who's as good as they come in this league in terms of puck possession. Nice pass from Riley to Korstens. Korstens using the screen of a body in front, and Adelaide looking dangerous when shorthanded.
If there's a bobbling puck on a PK, you know that Jake Riley is going to jump on that. His explosive speed is very impressive, and he does love a PK goal, so if that's your motivation, get the kid out there.
He scored 2 in the last 2 games for Adelaide. Tom Sack, he's got a goal tonight. 4 different goal scorers for Adelaide on the game. Another balanced team effort. All lines have looked like they've threatened at times. Andrew Chen off the face-off. Look, this guy gets 2 points in a game, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Eric Carlson out there. Chen gets a shot on net.
Yeah, that was a nice little set play. Sack just won the puck there and a quick shot off.
Don't you love it when those set plays work like magic, Tashvaria?
Gotta love a set play.
Off the rush, here comes Mike Tisch up the center of the ice. Tisch has a couple players all over him, but he still battles well to get the puck to David Harmony. Harmony centering play, loose puck in the slot, and Jamie Woodman with a really nice defensive effort to break up the Coast opportunity. Just a $1:10 to go in the power play for the Coast. Kale Costa has to wait to enter the zone, finds Tisch. Tisch has to circle back. Tisch dishes it to space to Goris. Goris has the puck sail on him. Woodman picks it up. He'll play it forward, and it goes all the way back for Monroe, who will have to play it in front of Levesque, who almost takes it away. A second effort from Monroe with one hand. Gets it to the explosive Kale Costa. Costa off the wing, behind, centering play. Oh, and Curtis Villani. Another nice save, robbing the Coast player point blank.
Would have been Monroe's assist if that one went in. Could be dirty on that. Good opportunity though. Nice little pass back to the trailer. That's a nice pass. A good read by Curtis Villani.
Villani playing well. He has faced about 18 shots in the game so far and make it 19. A big rebound on that one though, and it was not quite cleared properly. And they'll get a second opportunity as Alistair Rye works against Jake Hazel. You'll hear those two names in Australian hockey for a long time coming. Horrible giveaway, and Curtis Villani had to kick that one aside. Rye, backhanded pass. Cole Clark back to the point through traffic. Big rebound again. Coast trying to get a stick on it. Braden Costa gets cleared out by Jamie Woodman. And again, Curtis Villani is Adelaide's best penalty killer. Gonna kill off this penalty. He's been excellent all game long. Best turns and banks it off the boards. Here come the Coast. Up the center of the ice. Here comes Kale Costa. Costa through everybody. Dangerous play in front of the crease, but nobody was home to knock it home. Matthew Kopp finds Ruth, and Adelaide should be able to clear the zone. Best finds Benson. Benson dumps it. The rest of the team will change. Nicola Powell, first man back for the Avalanche. Kale Costa, firm pass off to the right side to the sharpshooting Mike Tisch. Tisch fires one, kick save, rebound, and it's tipped away from Jordan Freeman. Well, Villani's made a lot of good saves, but a lot of the rebounds that have popped out, Adelaide have done an excellent job of clearing those away.
Definitely.
35 shots to 25 are the shots on goal right now. Curtis Villani has stopped all 24 shots he's faced. Even if he doesn't allow a goal, it would not be called a shutout because it's 58 minutes and 30 seconds. He'd be dirty if that situation came too.
Yeah, he's definitely stepped up today, and you're absolutely right. We spoke about before the importance of clearing out those rebounds, and Adelaide have done a really good job of that today.
Stars of the game, you got to start thinking of Tash.
Oh, it's a tough one.
First star, probably Curtis Villani. Jake Riley, second star. And third star, either Tom Sack, who's got a goal and an assist, or Darren Corstens, a couple assists. Off the right point, Jamie Woodman's also played a really excellent game. He's got an assist in the game, too.
Lots of offensive opportunities from Jamie Woodman today.
Lots of offensive opportunities. Adelaide back down low. Team's chipping in the corner. Costa centering play, looking for Tisch, and Johan Levesque will tip it up to Jake Riley. Can he ice the hat trick here? Drags, fires, shot, and Tom Monroe does just enough to get some wood on that and knock it into the corner. Adelaide gets tipped up, and here come the Coast up the seams. Kale Costa still, he's got a motor on him. He just keeps grinding away. Jonathan Ruth holding the puck, kicks it to a dangerous area. Jamie Woodman will take this away and collect the garbage and skate it out to the left side. Woodman up the middle of the ice. Woodman into the attacking zone. Woodman in deep, fires one up high. He wants one bad, but it's stopped by Tom Monroe.
Coast unhappy with the pressure there, kind of calling for a penalty, but that was just literally sticks in lanes, body on body, just really not giving them a look in, and it's frustrating them. So Avalanche are doing something right, and they got to continue that for the rest of the game.
Zach Steele banks it off the boards to himself, but the Coast get there first. Adelaide back on the far boards. Coast in a dangerous area, try to come away with it. Costa blew a tire, and it's kept in by Adelaide. Good second effort as it's chipped forward. All the way back in behind the goal. and that will go for icing. So we'll submit those 3 stars. We'll go number 1, Curtis Villani, number 2, Jake Riley, and number 3, we'll leave the dealer, Greg Audie, to select who the 3rd star of the game is. He's saying Jake Hazel.
He's had a really nice night. Jake Hazel's a bit of a dark horse because he doesn't do something that kind of steps out and is flashy or anything like that, but he just does his job and he's so consistent in the way that he goes about it.
Well, Alexei Alakowski tips this forward. Powell trying to bring this in. Zach Steele stiff arms a man and he centers the play. It goes off of the boards on a funny bounce. Chen fires a shot. Rebound down low. Monroe, his saves are starting to pile up. And now the teams will battle in front of the net. But Adelaide, you can almost call it at this point with 3:10 to go. Adelaide are going to win this game, and Curtis Villani is going to start tomorrow in goal for Adelaide. Well, they'll have the first chance to make the finals in almost 10 years.
It's going to be a big game tomorrow. They'll be definitely wanting to come out and do the same kind of thing again. You know, they should be feeling really impressed with themselves. They've got a lot of, missing pieces, a lot of leadership away, and they've really done a good job in filling the gaps and sustaining that team effort.
Adelaide's got a lot of leadership away, but I think it's become evident that they've got a lot of leadership still here. Nathaniel Benson, one of those leaders, gets tied up in the face-off circle, and Emil Goris, all that's left is, can somebody spoil Curtis Villani's party? That's really the only question left in this game.
Glad you didn't say the word.
Party?
Party.
Fiesta? It's been a fun one to watch. Adelaide up 4. Here comes Cale Costa. If there's anyone to do it, it would be him. Costa, another effort. Nice pass over to Jonathan Ruth. Ruth, awkward angle shot, and Tish back behind the goal. Still a lot of intent from this Coast Hockey Club, even though the seconds are still peeling off the clock. Adelaide kicks it forward. Best can't quite clear the zone. Chip back down low. Jake Hazel will clear, and he'll find Steve Best in all alone. Best walks in, and a great back check from Cale Costa. I think he might be penalized for that, but either way, Cale Costa, his team's down 4 goals, and look at the motor he still has on him.
We spoke about it before. Every time he's on the ice, he's making something happen, and he really sets the tone. His work ethic is unmatched. He's a fantastic player.
Harmony getting in with a late shot. Well, tomorrow's going to be a big day in Adelaide. If the Avalanche win, they clinch a finals spot. It's as simple as that. There's only a couple tickets left. There's maybe 7 left on sale last time I checked. Adelaide's getting the penalty from this. And Emil Goris. So it'll be 4-on-4, I think, to end the game. So could be an exciting passage of play. But Adelaide allowed the first goal of the game on the first shot of the game. That's when Matusz Trinka pulled himself. Curtis Villani entered. On the very first shift that Curtis Villani came into the game, probably the most important shift of the game, where Zach Steele scored a goal off a Jamie Woodman point shot. And that really set the tone to how Adelaide played the rest of the game.
If that moment didn't happen and you've got a fresh goalie out there, anything could have gone from that. So you're absolutely right. That was a key moment.
Alakowski, nice touch pass goes into the corner as Julian Friedrich getting some late game 4-on-4 play. Adelaide trying to chip down low. Riley tries to distribute to the youngster. Jake Riley intercepts. Riley stops, pops, fires a shot. That gets off a skate and trickles in behind the boards. Adelaide still heavy on the puck possession. Andrew Chen with the puck in the corner. Chen evades a player. He's looking like Daniel Chen in behind the goals, hounding away at the puck, and that gets tipped out of play.
The defense has stepped up. There's been a lot of offensive opportunities. I spoke about it all game, but for the Avalanche, the defensive unit has generated so much offense, and Andrew Chen there behind the net creating something. So
all 4 defense on Adelaide have played a really solid game today.
They really have. All 4 of them have, and all of them have generated scoring opportunities too.
I talked to Jamie Woodman about what he thought of the 4-man system and saying, yep, it's just, 2 defense pairings. And he said, I love it. It means I'm on the ice a lot. It means I get to have fun. It means I get to play. So when you have players embracing that, I think it works pretty good.
Absolutely. Nothing worse than having another rotation to wait for. You know, and I feel like Avalanche will be enjoying rolling 3 lines. They've been rolling 4 lines and it's been working really awesome. It's been a great team effort, but having 3 lines again for a forward, you're getting out on the ice more, you can find your feet.
And sometimes in life and in hockey, things that are simple just work. It's pretty simple. Alikoski on the ice, Woodman takes him off the ice, and Chen does that with Jake Hazel as well. And that's as simple as that. They each have their man that they take off, and they go on for, and it's about as simple as that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
They've got 1 defenseman on each pairing that carries the puck out of the zone, just like Jamie Woodman is doing right now in this pairing with Jake Hazel. And he'll skate this one out all the way into the attacking zone with just $1:20 to go and only a minute left of 4-on-4 play. Here is Jamie Woodman, bumped off the puck. Here's Kale Costa trying to spoil the party. He'll explode up the left side of the ice, looking for Mike Tisch with him. Costa out wide, evaded a little bit by the referee, and Costa still bounces off a man, gets it to the point for David Harmony. And I think there's going to be a penalty called?
That's an offside call.
Oh, offside.
The puck just bobbled out slightly, and obviously refs are on the line. They see it best, and they've made the call. Face off outside the zone.
Well, Adelaide have won 6 of their last 7 games. That is a run that Adelaide ice hockey has not seen in a very long time. And they are knocking on the doorstep of a finals berth. They can clinch it as early as tomorrow afternoon. It is a game you will not want to miss. Julian Friedrich down the left wing, powers, sharp angle shot. Monroe has played a nice game. He's made now 33 saves on the night. A lot of his goals that he's allowed weren't necessarily his fault. They were off turnovers, there was a breakaway, it just happens.
Yeah, you know, and there was a couple of blind passes, and obviously Tom Sack generated an opportunity from that, but you're absolutely right. Monroe has been solid, and yeah, he's just done his best.
Braden Costa scoops it up. Just over 30 clicks on the clock to go. Kept in from Andrew Chen. Big hit late on the other side from Steve Best, who pops back up and gets the puck in the corner and plays it behind for Julian Friedrich. It's still 4-on-4 right now, but Friedrich blows a tire. Best just missed the puck as well, and it'll be Kopp clearing this out on the right side. Zach Steele lays into a body. Adelaide keeping the physicality even late in the game. Puck going all the way down, 5 seconds to go, and there'll be 3.8 left on the clock. A face-off down the other way. Can you say the word now, Tash Farrier?
No, I don't think Curtis will be very happy with that, so we'll just say party.
We'll keep the party word going.
We can pull Curtis and put 6 men on, try and get a late goal if you like, Eric.
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like that. 58 minutes and 30 seconds of 25-shot hockey for Curtis Villani, and he doesn't allow a goal. Adelaide win this one 5-1. Adelaide's depth was tested. No, they had an exam, and they passed it with flying colors. And tomorrow they have a chance to make a little bit of history.
Teams getting around Curtis. That's a big game. You know, as soon as Curtis steps on the ice, the crowd cheered for him. They understand the depth of what he's walked into, and he's done a fantastic job holding the fort in between the pipes tonight, and the team's getting right around him. That's a great team effort. Boys are happy. They'll be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a big night. There's still some tickets online. You can go and grab them on AdelaideAvalanche.com.au/tickets. But that really is the story, isn't it? Curtis Villani, a 25-save performance, did not allow a goal. This is probably a surreal moment for him, and I think a lot of people in that Adelaide dressing room will be very happy for him.
It's exactly what you want. You got someone that's come in to kind of just be there to back up, and in the first play, off the first shot, the main goalie's off, and you've had to step in, and he's just done a fantastic job holding the fort all night, and I think he'll be pretty proud of himself. His brothers definitely said that he got lucky tonight. Mitch Villani said, Curtis, my brother, he's just getting lucky, but we know he's done a good job.
And he's going to have to back it up tomorrow, as Curtis Villani is all but confirmed as the starter in a clinching game potentially for Adelaide. Tash, final thoughts on the game.
Avalanche has done a really good job, playing their way. They've kept it consistent. They've shut Cal Costa down. He's a danger. We know that. Fantastic, but they've done really well to clog the middle. They've kept him out wide. There's been there's been a few shots, but Curtis stepping up, and the team's just kept their mojo going, and they'll be really happy with that.
That will do it for us from the ice arena. Adelaide, a complete performance. They win the game 5-1, and that one's for Curtis Villani. Tomorrow, they can clinch. We will see you then on behalf of Tash Farrier, everybody on the Spacequake Sports crew. Big shout out to producer Jono and Anna, who getting their first games on the switch. Adelaide win 5-1. Let's go say hi to